Hello everybody and welcome to this very special battle report. I am Luka from MiniWarGaming.com, joined today by Nick and Thomas, and we're playing 3,000 points of the brand new Soulblight Gravelords against the Slaves to Darkness. Going with a big game because we won't put the big names on the table. It will be Nagash against Archaon as well. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the fireworks show.
We play and call it work. MiniWarGaming's Age of Sigmar Battle Report.
Let's take a look at our Soulblight Gravelords today. So they're brand new, so obviously I would go with the regular disclaimer of there's a chance I might mess up some of the new rules. Enough has changed from the second edition book that I might miss it here and there. A lot of it is, however, quite similar in its execution. Same effect, different execution, if that makes any sense. Anyways, we're going Virkos lineage today for our bloodline, just because that seems to be kind of the focus with a lot of their newer model releases, and it's one that I played the most last time too. Keeping it rather simple with battalions, not that this book has any new ones for the army, but so I'm going to go with a warlord generally. I have quite a bit of characters that fit into that. And we'll start with Nagash, and he'll be our general, well, not our pick general, but he'll be a war master and a pick general in a lot of ways. He's had quite a bit of rules change. He's 965 points. So really we're playing 2,000 points today with a big guy, is what it really feels like. He's pretty self-explanatory. He knows lots of spells. He's a really good wizard. He can sometimes kind of fight, and hopefully he doesn't die to Archaon. That is all I got to say for him right now in this game. Now, our picked general will be a vampire lord riding a zombie dragon into battle. He'll be Nagash's second in command here. Quite impressive general with the Hunter Snare command trait, which is, it counts his wound characteristic as the amount of models contesting objectives. Quite a powerful command trait. We're going to be giving him a Vile Transference as a spell as well. And then we're going to be running a Vangorian lord. I'm just trying to run a Highlander list. In a lot of ways, actually. Just I want to try out a little bit of everything and see how they play. Again, a lot of the stuff is going to be very similar to how it played before, just different execution. We're going to give him Soul Pike. And then a regular Vampire Lord on foot is going to be running with the Ulfkarian Phylactery. It's a very fancy phylactery belonging to the Virkos lineage, and that will increase the ward save of summonable units nearby him by 1. And of course, he'll know Spirit Gale, which is kind of fun new, like it's the old spell, but kind of fun and new in a lot of ways as well. Then, of course, we have a Necromancer who is going to have the Arcane Tome just to allow him to cast an additional spell in the hero phase. Because I have the Warlord Battalion, I'll have an extra enhancement there. And we're going to give him a Waste Away as a spell, which is the new Fading Vigor, I believe was the what it was called before. And of course, we have a White King, who is now a summonable hero. We can bring White Kings back. There might be more in the army book, but I noticed that he was summonable, and then the White Kings can come back to life. I don't know if I will, but you can. He also has nothing fancy. He's just going to be walking around fighting with the Graveguard. Oh, I should say he is going to be in a Galician command battalion with a unit of Graveguard, which is kind of cool. And moving on to the rest of the list, because that was 2,040 points of characters, the rest of everything else. I have a reinforced unit of Deadwalker zombies, and they're going to be joined by a Corpse Cart, who is going to have the Unholy Lodestone, even though it's sadly broken off of this one. Boo. We're going to have a unit of Reinforced Skeletons. In fact, we love them so much, we're going to have 2 units of Reinforced Skeletons. And again, very similar to how they were before, and so were the zombies, but we're going to have some fun playing with the new rules today. And a unit of Graveguard with Great White Blades, also reinforced. And that is pretty damn close to 3,000 points for the Soulblight Gravelords.
Welcome everybody. Today me and Thomas will be playing 3,000 points of Slaves to Darkness, led by our general today, Archaon, with 2 squads of Erangard, 1 kitted out with Demon Forged Blades, 1 with Fell Spears. His secondary in command will be a Lord on Karkadrak with the Arcane Tome and Chaotic Conduit. And then we have a double reinforced Chaos Warrior unit, Mark of Nurgle, with the Eroding Icon, followed by a 10-man unit of Chaos Knights of Khorne with the icon, with the Banner of Rage, and then 1 squad of 5 Chaos Knights, and that is our 3,000 points.
All right, today we decided to play in the presence of idols. This is the 5th battle plan in the General's Handbook, and hopefully a very fitting one for the forces we have on the table. It will have us deploying opposite one another in a search and destroy style deployment as we deploy in the table quarters. That means there will be 2 unoccupied ones, as they will be occupied by objectives, though, as there's another one right in the middle. We have 3 objectives in total, and they represent taking and holding ground, as our idols absolutely thrash each other. The objectives are going to be the focal point for scoring, so you get 1 victory point if you control 1 objective, 1 if you control 2 objectives, and 1 if you have more than your opponent. Now, the twist to this mission is inspiring icons. After we deploy, both forces are going to have 3 idol units in this game. You'll gain extra victory points if you have an idol unit destroy an idol unit. And then, of course, 2 for your battle tactic every turn, as well as 3 in the end for the grand strategy. Now, the extra clause to the idol units, in addition to gaining victory points for destroying other idol units on the enemy team, you will have the number of models that flee due to a failed battle shock test within 6, well, wholly within 6 of any idol units in the army. And we are deployed for this battle plan. You know, my list looks a lot smaller than I thought it was going to look for 3,000 points. Again, 1,000 points, 440 points. That thing is kind of expensive too. I went kind of heavy on my characters, but that was like, mostly I wanted to try a little bit of everything. I have a Highlander list going other than the 2 skeleton units, just because I was going to go direwolves, I guess, but then I'm like, okay, I don't need to do direwolves. Direwolves are simple. They're just fast-moving zombies. I don't need to worry about that so much. I want to... They haven't changed much. The direwolves are very similar to what they were before, whereas like all of this has changed. I want to see how most of this stuff changed. Corpse Guard's very different. Zombies are very different, but like the same, you know what I mean? Necromancer, Von Hell's very different, but the same. It's a lot of that in this game. So as we play, I'll try and go over like how it's changed, what it's changed from, and if I'm wrong, well, I apologize, and I'll try my best to keep it all tight. But I've made this kind of artificially difficult for myself by bringing a lot of different units, and I never play with like the big name characters that have paragraphs and paragraphs of rules, and they cost half the list. Because I hate it when they die, and then you lose half your army. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, well, that's game. Yeah. And I hate it when they do really, really well, because then the opponent's just having a hard time dealing with it, right? So it's just difficult in general. Yeah. Yep. So for my deployment... But I figured a 3,000 point game, that's a pretty fitting setting for them. That's where they'll shine. Yeah. And not be super oppressive.
If you don't do the 3,000 point, when are you ever going to play them?
Exactly. Right? Exactly. Yeah. Well, the 2K games, then you got him and like that and that. That's kind of it, right? And then you kind of want a grand setting for grand characters, right? So we have Archaon, we got Nagash here. We've set up. You're probably wondering where we're fighting. This is the what did I call it? It's the Necropolis of Kotep.
Yes, there we go.
So we're fighting in the legendary Necropolis of Kotep. It is a very well. I like to imagine that I hold it. I've been holding it for a while, but then you've been assaulting it, and like this battle has been a long time coming, and that's we're just kind of resolving this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have our 3 objectives to represent like locational points of interest to hold. The whole point of the mission is for our idols, are very important characters and units to clash and kill one another. I'm going to keep it simple with my idols. I'm going to go, obviously, Nagash will be one. The general, the vampire lord on the zombie dragon with his martial prowess is going to shine. And probably the Vangorian lord. It's that or the Grave Guard. They could be like a regiment of renown in a way. But in this case, we'll go Vangorian lord. Do you boys know what your other 2 are going to be? Because obviously, one's going to be Archaon.
Probably my lord on Karkadrak.
Okay, the Crackerjack Lord.
Crackerjack Lord.
Oh, I guess we need one more unit, but you only have the 2 characters, eh?
Yeah, so we could either do the Chaos Knights or the Vanguard.
We'll be annoying and we'll pick...
I was going to say, we'll do a Vanguard unit because it feels more fitting.
Yeah, but there's 2 of them.
Let's say it's the ones with the blades.
Okay, this guy's the Vaxes and guys with the blades. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you have a quick name to give them, like a regiment of renown? Why are they idols? Ooh. I'll put you boys on the spot.
Oh boy. Stay tuned, folks.
We had a name we were gonna go with that. We were thinking Hands of the Everchosen. I'm like, that's okay, that works, I like it. Then I thought Fingers of the Everchosen is kind of funny. Yeah. And then we ended up on the Heralds of the Everchosen.
Yeah.
All right. So we got a regiment renowned. Heralds of the Everchosen. They are legendary, and they are also here. So they're gonna be an idol unit. The way that works is if say the Heralds of the Everchosen kill the Vangorian Lord, that's an extra victory point for Nick, Thomas and Nick here. And also, I want to give a shout out to Ted's Hobby Shop. Obviously, these guys have come over. They were here last year. They visit us frequently. Over from Montreal, Quebec. Why don't you give us a little information on Ted's Hobby Shop? If you're maybe from the Montreal area and you're interested.
Yeah, so Ted's is in the Pointe-Claire Plaza in the western tip of the island, just off of Highway 20. We play on Thursday nights mostly, Saturdays as well. All the game systems, 40K, AOS, Lord of the Rings,
everything.
MCP, War Master, BFG, Song of Ice and Fire, pretty much everything that's out there.
Yeah, you can find a game.
Somebody will be willing to play
Yeah,
whatever
that's
you
it.
want to play.
And we're pretty cool. We're going to try to set up tournaments very soon and for some of these game systems. And yeah, it's a cool community. Come check us out Thursday nights and Saturdays as well.
Oh, perfect. All right. Again, they were in Montreal, Western Side. So if you've been itching to get a game of Legion in, you just can't find anyone, go check out Ted's.
Exactly.
Or whatever it might be.
We'll be more than welcome.
Yeah, exactly. They seem like they're friendly guys. I don't know yet. We'll
It's a facade. It's a facade.
Well, I can only delay the game as long as I can. I'm worried about making mistakes and bungling it up. So we're going to jump right into it. And you guys definitely had fewer drops than I did. You finished before I did because you had a Chaos Warband battalion and something else.
We just did 2 battle regiments.
Oh, that's
so
easy,
it was
dude.
2 drops and it was done.
Boom,
Yep.
easy peasy. I have a Warlord. Oh, I do have the idea of the Viking and the Graveguard in a Galician command seemed very freaking cool, so I was very excited to do that. Hopefully I remember to actually utilize it. There's going to be other things my mind is focused on here, but we'll try and remember that. Anyways, you guys haven't discussed it whatsoever, but who's going to have priority in this first turn?
What, you're giving me...
You got to roll the dice.
Roll the dice. You're going to let the dice decide?
You're going to let it roll it.
You trust me on this. You trust me. There's no going
apparently
back.
I don't trust
Thomas
anything.
has infamously bad.
Yeah, that's why I
luck
want it.
with
First
dice.
roll.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? We'll take first turn.
Turn 1 for you boys? All right,
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
All right, so it'll be turn 1, Slaves of Darkness. We got to talk about our grand strategies.
Yes, we
Yes.
are going to do Favorite of the Pantheon, I believe it's called.
Oh,
the one we're going to try to make Crackerjack.
Crackerjack, a Demon Prince?
Yeah, we're going to try to.
We're going to try and
Yeah.
is he unmarked?
He's
then?
undivided to do the reroll.
So he gets the better reroll and
Yeah.
he's got the gotcha.
And then we
Excellent.
could try to do the action to maybe make
And he's
it
got the
better or
Arcane
whatnot.
Tome,
Yeah.
just pop the spell up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
'cause
not Cabalist, but he is a wizard all the same.
Right,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
nice. Arcane Tome will help you there. Where's the set? Is that the 5-man unit
So
there?
the 5-man, yeah, that's why I got the one in the back here.
And
So
then
it's
that's the
2
big
ranks and then
reinforcement.
one big 10-man.
This is nasty, guys. This is some very elite chaos here on the
Yeah,
table here.
yeah.
Okay, well, turn 1 for you guys. Your grand strategy is that. I have some new grand strategies here for the Soulblight Gravelords. I think it's called Dominion of Power is the one from the White Dwarf where you have to hold the grave sites. That's still in there, but there's a much more metal one. It's called the Empire of Corpses. That's a dope name.
That
That's
sounds
a
like
cool
a Cannibal
name.
Corpse album.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's such a good name.
It's Empire of Corpses. I have to have 3 of my summonable units come back.
Okay.
In this game, yeah. Nagash has a rule built in, which he does it on top, which is really exciting for if you don't play Soulblight Gravelords, but you play Bone Reapers or Flesh Eaters or Night Haunt. He's got some very powerful interactions with those books now, too, where he can just straight up bring their units back, which is a mechanic and ability the Soulblight Gravelords have built in, and then with Nagash, you have 2 uses of it. But now if you play one of the other armies, you just have that ability baked into your army now. Now, I also hate that because that seems really good. And then you don't want to see, I don't want to see Nagash in 2,000-point games, but whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah,
I can't control what people think is fun and want to do. Okay, that's it. Turn 1, Slaves of Darkness. I promise we're going to play this freaking game, guys. Let's go. Just want to show off my little Bandual War Games scoring sheet here. I'll be on the right. I'll be the enemy today. And then I was going to say, like, we're going to put our victory points for the victory points. I guess that's kind of self-explanatory, though. Don't mind me, everyone. You know what? I've already annoyed most of the people. They're already all left. It's just you and those who love me now. I love you all. Thank you. What is the plan in your hero phase?
So we're keeping the grand strategy because we overlooked something, but we're going to keep it. We're going to try to go over the Eye of the Gods, the favorite of the Pantheon.
Realizing that the grand strategy to become a demon prince the easiest way of doing it is casting a spell. Then I realized, oh yeah, Nagash is like the king of unbinding
denying.
magic. Yeah,
We're going to try.
He gets +3 to all unbind rolls like he did before.
We'll see what happens. And then
Yeah.
for turn 1, we're going to do Lust for Power. So we're going to try to get it and just roll on the Eye of the Gods table. That's all we got to do. That's all we got to do. Right? That's all we got to do.
Easy,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Easy. All right. Luckily for this first little bit, the Crackerjack Lord is 30 away from Nagash. He does have the regular range for unbinding. So you're good. You get 1 roll. You get one chance.
roll.
So do you want the heroic action to be not Lust for Power? Is that what it's called? Lust for Power is the action where you get to roll 3 dice?
It's the chaotic one. I can't remember now. I got to
That's
double
fair.
check.
We'll have to
But
look it up.
Yeah.
So we ran back and forth a little bit there. The battle tactic is Lust for Power. Roll on the Eye of the Gods table. And the other, what's the...
Prayer. Oh, we just just had it. Thomas! Thomas!
It's a pledge to the dark gods.
Pledge to the dark
Pledge
gods.
to the dark gods.
So this guy's going to do a heroic action. He's going to
Yep.
pledge to the dark gods. It'll allow him to roll 3 dice on the Eye of the Gods table, taking 2 of the results. He's currently unmarked, which means he gets to re-roll one of them as well.
Exactly.
And the goal, the battle tactic, is to cast the spell, which you don't really have any bonuses. So you just have to roll it up. But Nagash is not close enough to unbind.
So we can just go for it and let's see what happens.
Yeah, right to the... My action is going to be leadership somewhere. I'll worry about that later. You roll a 6. Is it a 7?
It's a 7.
So that was your one shot?
That was a one
That
shot.
was your one opportunity? It's a 7?
I'm almost 100%. I'm almost, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
obviously, Nick, that bungled that one up. Good job. So the double commander thing already a little rough. Now we get Thomas. And Thomas is going to be controlling Archaon on the Vanguard, whereas Nick will be controlling... I don't think we covered that earlier. That's kind of the idea here. So you're the counterattack lord. You're Archaon.
Yep.
You can agree on certain things. Obviously, the War Master, the... What is Archaon? Everchosen.
The Everchosen.
The Everchosen gets the final say if you want to listen to it. Up to you guys, though. What do we got for spells on your
All right, so right now, first I'm going to try to cast Mystic Shield. So we'll see if that goes off at first.
Mystic Shield, that's a 7, so that'll cast. They're deployed wholly within 12.
So yeah, it's going to go on the Nurgle Chaos Warriors over here.
Yes, sir.
Next one I'm going to try to cast would be Demonic Speed.
Alrighty.
Hopefully I get this off, which I needed a 7. We're off to a good
So
Oh,
start
it's
here,
not
Nick.
only me that can't cast, huh?
Yeah,
Aha.
exactly.
This is the one turn. Nagash was far enough away. No stopping magic now.
Yep.
That's okay. Okay, so no magic. We got the Mystic Shield, though. You got that.
At very least, we got it.
That's it for your hero face. Congratulations. That was amazing.
It's stupendous.
I'm glad to be a part of that with you guys. And then we're going to go right on to movement. We're going to show you where this all ends up. It's going to be pretty easy to move. Let me get. These guys are going to move here. Those guys are going to move there. Those guys are going to move there. And then Archaon. He's the
Figured out our
wild
master
card.
plan.
Wow. All right, that's it. Everything's moved. These Chaos Knights surged forward. The smaller unit stayed behind. The Lord on Krakadrak and his Chaos Warriors all advanced forward with Archaon staying behind, forming a line. And the 2 Vanguard units rushed forward as well. Everything advanced or ran. No at the doubles or anything like that.
No.
I don't know if we talked about all the marks, but I think we're doing... why don't you go over here?
Yeah, so Corn,
Makes sense.
Undivided, Nurgle.
With the Nurgle banner as well.
Yes, yep. Slanesh, and Slanesh.
Yeah, so Archaon also chose Slanesh. So bonuses to running, bonuses to charging, all that fun stuff. And then we didn't use the Eye of Shirian this turn.
Not yet.
No, not
maybe,
this turn.
maybe next turn. We just didn't talk about that earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
I do have to note one thing for my list. I kind of screwed up my deployment. I'm going to swap the Vampire and the White King. That's it. The Vampire wants to be on this side near the zombies, and the White King is okay kind of wherever. If that makes any sense.
We'll allow that.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Because I'm a cheating. The Virkos Dynasty has heroic actions that like to interact with the Deadwalkers here, so keeping them wholly within 12 is ideal if possible. And then the Lord of Bones just wants to be near the dead, wants to be near all the skeletons, so this makes more sense. No shooting in the Slaves of Darkness list, so that'll end their turn, because there's no charging after the advances. But you didn't get your battle tactic, boys. So you get 3 points, though, all the same, because you hold the majority of the objectives. Which
It was
is
an
all
A
of
for
them.
effort.
An A for effort? Nice.
A for effort doesn't win games.
Just an update on the score and the current command points. Bear with me, guys. There's quite a bit to do now with this new book. It's still kind of aura-based like it used to be, where you want to naturally be near the auras of your characters, because they'll make the stats on your battle line units a lot better than what they naturally are. Okay, well, I'm going to choose my battle tactic, which is going to be kind of a tough one. The Soulblight ones there are a lot of familiar faces from the White Dwarf with a few additional options. Can't do too many of them right now, but I can do them later. They're definitely more paced throughout the middle and end of the game as opposed to the beginning of the game like some armies have. But we're going to go ahead and do a generic one, I think. And I want to go United Front, I believe. I want to pick an objective you control, and then I'm going to control that objective at the end of this turn with 2 champions contesting it. So I'm going to try and fight for the middle objective here, even though that's going to be kind of difficult against the Chaos Warriors, who currently are under the effect of Mystic Shield. It's going to be United Offense over there. Now I have a couple things to do, heroic actions. I'm going to use a Virkos heroic action. The nice thing about the new Soulblight book is every dynasty or lineage, bloodline, has 2 unique heroic actions associated with it. Virkos can do 2. Pack Alpha is one of them, which interacts with Deadwalkers. You can just add D3 models to the unit over their starting size as well. That's it. I think that's the only thing that really brings it over its starting size. But everything else interacts with slain models, so like once you start adding models to it, then that's like their new starting size in a way. But the other one is Kin of the Wolf, which is a once per game heroic action where you just summon a unit of 10 dire wolves to your army. It has to be near the vampire that summons them. But I might do it with this guy over here too. I'll double check. Any Virko's vampire. So we'll say our picked general will perform this action, Kin of the Wolf. We're going to summon a unit of dire wolves, either back here or out front. It's once per game. They cannot move this turn. And they have to be more than 9 away from the enemies and wholly within 9 of the vampire hero that does the action. So you can't do it on like a necromancer or Nagash. In fact, Nagash lacks. There's a lot of things in the book, like this guy here gives +1 in casting for Soulblight Gravelord wizards. He doesn't have any relevant keywords, which is something to point out. He has death, wizard, monster, hero, Nagash. I think those are like his very basic keywords. Yeah. He doesn't have Soulblight, doesn't have Nighthaunt, nothing like that. Nothing weird or out of the ordinary. So he doesn't actually interact with a lot of things in the book that give to him. So you can't like use stacking modifiers from the book, but he adds force multipliers to the relevant death books. Again, there might be like maybe an obscure situation I'm not seeing right away, but that's generally the rule of thumb there. So we're going to put dire wolves down. Boom! Right there. More than 9 away from the enemies, wholly within 9 of the vampire that performed the action. And I want to clarify something I said earlier about dire wolves. I said that they didn't change much. I'm actually very wrong, they did. So do you remember, I don't know if the people remember, but the zombies used to have a rule where they were eligible to pile in if they're within 6 of the enemy, which is like a weird janky rule zombies should have never had. It made them one of the fastest uses of the game because they could like advance 10, and then if they're within 6, like, oh, I can now pile in a fight without having to declare a charge, which is also nasty because then they're circumventing things that like what's it called, unleash hell and stuff like that. You can never unleash hell against them.
Yeah, you're not charging.
Yeah. And the best thing was zombies were very elusive because they could retreat and charge in the same turn because they could retreat away and then just pile in again. Now, granted, they only have movement 4, so they had a plan for that, but
one of the best units in
there.
Yeah, one of the
before,
for sure.
Weirdly, one of the most maneuverable units, and they're zombies. You'd never expect that for zombies.
Yeah.
But now the dogs have it. The rule's called on the hunt. So they're eligible to pile them within 6 now instead.
Okay.
So, but the zombies have different rules that represent zombies better. The corpse card helps them quite a bit with that too. Now I am gonna go and do the rest of my stuff. The White King enables a new ability. In fact, the vampire and the White King have their old command abilities got built into abilities on their war scrolls that aren't. This is one of the nicer changes. Is they're not command abilities anymore. They're just abilities that affect the units within the aura, and which also means now you can do like all-out attack, all-out defense, and still benefit from the old command abilities as well. Okay. So which is very powerful because their abilities are the Lord of Bones ability is now if you roll a 6 to hit, it counts as 2 hits instead of 1. Because it's narratively representing the fact that the Death Rattle warriors remember a little bit of that martial honor or martial prowess they had in life when invigorated by their king nearby. Okay. I don't know, it's just me reading the flavor text. And sorry, there's gonna be a lot of that. There's gonna be a lot of that this game.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So if you're not interested in the flavor of the units or whatever, skip ahead. I apologize, but I like to. That's how I get in the game a little bit. And then the vampires have the Crimson Feast, which just adds an extra attack as an ability now as well. Not a command point, though, which is nice. It's not a command ability. Anyways, but the weird thing is the Lord of Bones triggers in the hero phase, whereas the vampires is in the combat phase, even though they're both combat-oriented. It doesn't affect every unit wholly within 12. You still have to pick them, so I'm going to use my old first edition markers here for Soulblight. Lord of Bones on those guys there. Every 6 hit would be 2 hits instead of 1. And other than healing, there's not much more to do in the hero phase and casting spells. So like a lot of the Soulblight Gravelord stuff is healing in the hero phase. Nagash picks things to heal wounds too. In fact, he picks everything wholly within 24 to heal 3 instead of like 5 things. Maybe he did everything before, but now to me it seems like he does everything now. And his bonuses to casting and unbinding never bracket. They're always +3, which is one of the for me that's one of the nicer changes to him. The only thing that brackets is his the amount of spells he can cast brackets, which is what I did before, but that was also caked into his bonus, I believe. So now only the casting gets to do. See, we can still cast 8 spells, but he always is +3 to cast and unbind, as opposed to the bracketing. And okay, we're gonna go right on to magic, and we're gonna start with Nagash. Because actually he's going to be doing all of our casting right now because he knows all the spells, and he's going to be taking the spells that everyone else knows too, for the most part. Though I will say all the built-in spells got a hell of a lot nicer. Von Hell's isn't as janky anymore. Now it's just a spell. If something's already engaged in combat, you hit him with Von Hell's, they fight in the hero phase.
Oh, so it's like a free fight.
It's a fight in the hero phase instead of fighting twice every combat phase.
Yeah.
Which was It's like different but the same. You know, that's my example earlier. So Nagash cast 8 spells. I definitely want like a Mystic Shield and stuff like that, but let's see where we go. We're gonna start. You know what? Let's just start with that. We'll start with the Mystic Shield. He is going to cast that on a. Well, I got a 6 because he gets +3.
That's right.
You want to try and take advantage of that low roll?
I don't know yet what the other ones do, so we'll use this guy. We'll
He's got
use
the
the
tome,
Lord Karkadrak.
You
Hey,
do. All right, no
we
Mystic
stopped
Shield.
something. So no Mystic
you know
Shield.
what? That's impressive. You stopped one of the best wizards in the game from casting a spell.
You rolled a 3, and it just barely like passed. If it was anything higher, there's nothing I could do.
Nagash typically only fails casting a spell when he miscasts.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
By the way, I'm sure some people are asking questions. What happens if Nagash miscast? Well, the exact same thing that happened before. He takes his mortal wounds and stops casting spells. So there's no way, if he miscasts, he loses all his spell cast still. So
so you got to roll like Snake Eyes to get it.
So first snake, there's no re-rolling it. There's no way to augment that. At least not that I could see.
Yeah.
So people didn't like that aspect of them, but I like when big guys have weaknesses, right?
Yeah,
I
they
like
have to. It's just not fun at that point because
Correct.
it's just nonstop.
It'd be like, what's the point of playing him? If there's no room for fail, you put him on the table. Like, okay, this guy's going to perform exactly as he's written on his war scroll, no matter what.
Yeah.
That's boring. You don't want that. You want your guys to be able to fumble. You want to be caught flat-footed. You want to miscast. Miscasting's technically fun. Naturally, he knows all the spells from the relevant lores, so he's going to go to the vampire lore and cast Soul Pike on the idle unit of Varangard right there. So this is when they go to charge, they take mortal wounds based on how well they rolled on their charge.
Okay.
And I got it with a 5, which becomes an 8.
8.
You try to stop that one?
Yeah, so you rolled a 5.
No.
8, you have to roll a 9 to stop it.
9.
Yeah.
You gotta roll a 9 to
it's-
stop it. Boo, 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 boo. No.
No.
Would you please put the Soul Pike on them for me? Thank you.
Which one was it? This one here?
Yeah, the idle unit right there. So that's 2 casts. Because I'm not going to be casting too many of his other spells, I'm going to be using the spells that the other wizards took, just because he's got more consistent casting. Why take a +1 when I could take a +3? So he's going to Spirit Gale. This is one of my new favorite spells. Oh, I got it with a 9 as well, which means it's a 12. But more importantly, it's an unmodified 9. So this is a vampire spell. This is the one that I summon a Spirit Gale that a bunch of ghosts tear your flesh. Would you like to? You can't. So
I can't
even stop.
We
it.
can't even stop it.
So
Yeah.
Spirit Gale used to be, I think it was like a mortal wound to everything nearby, or I picked a unit and I rolled like 3 dice, every doubles, it took a mortal wound and stuff like that. Now it's every unit on the table takes a mortal wound, unless you roll a 9+, then it's 2 mortal wounds. So every unit just took 2 mortal wounds, except Archaon ignores spells on a 4-up. So on a 4-up, I believe his armor protects him. So he's taking 2 mortal wounds, but he has a 5-up ward save.
Yeah.
So he's got his armor of Morcar gives him a 5-up ward. He takes 1 damage.
All right.
Everything else also has resilience against spells, so ward
Just
saves
mortal
everywhere.
wounds, right?
Yeah, mortal
So we'll
wounds.
start with the small unit.
So they take
Nope,
2. Just
they
put a
take
2
2.
beside him
Yep.
for now. Yep. The
And
big
then
squad
the
here.
big squad.
Take 1.
Take 1.
And then we have the
And-
Lord on Krakatrak. Might have a way to ignore it.
Oh, no, he doesn't. Not
He
this
has
game.
nothing?
He has nothing. He doesn't usually get one. So he just takes the 2. We'll just mark it for now. These guys,
Over there. They take 2.
They take
That actually kills 1.
that does actually kill one. So I'll, if you want to keep going or
And
not.
then, these guys here have a 4. Vanguard have a 4-up ward.
1 damage on
1
them.
damage. And same thing for this unit here.
1
which,
damage.
1 damage.
All right, we got 1 damage on everything. That's just a generic vampire spell. Like, anyone can take it, but Nagash doesn't utilize any better. Just got lucky and rolled a 9. 4th spell cast with Nagash is we're going to invoke Complete Misery to these Chaos Warriors here in the middle. We're going to hit them with Fading Vigor. We're going to rob the vigor from their bodies on a, that's a 7 to a 10. So this will reduce their attack characteristics by 1.
Oh!
Yeah.
Do we do it? Do we? Our last dispel?
It's probably the only spell we're going to be able to try and stop.
I can roll lower than a 7.
Yeah, that's true.
The other one's Waste Away. It is -1 damage on their attacks, which won't affect them, but it's -1.
Try to
wound.
deny this one.
Yeah.
Oh, -1 wound.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, try this one. Try
Yeah.
this one. Try this.
6? No, not quite.
Okay.
So no more unbinds, eh? Hit them with Waste Away. The whole idea of the Soulblight Gravelords lore is to bring the enemy's units down to the same level of my units. Yeah, I heard you guys love hitting up forwards and winning up forwards with 1 attack. I love doing that too. Let's make their we took their vigor away. We made their vigor fade. Let's make it Waste Away now. Okay,
Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
we got it with a big number. We got 2 triggers on it. So because I rolled an unmodified 9-up, I could pick 2 different units, but they're the only one with an 18. So only going to hit them with Waste Away, which is -1 to wound rolls and -1 damage on their attacks, but they only have 1 damage attack. So they're -1 to wound and -1 attacks. Honestly, it for the lore, because the other ones are like 12 inch range, 9 inch range, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to hit. He still casts 3 more spells. One's probably going to be Bolt, I guess. But he's going to cast Soul Stealer, which is his built-in spell. Let's see if we get it. That's a 9. 24 to the Vanguard.
Yep.
I'll hit them with that spell. But I rolled an unmodified 9 up, so that means they take D6 mortal wounds instead of D3 mortal wounds.
Let's see.
5 mortal wounds. And he would heal a wound for every one he causes, but I have a 4 board.
Yeah.
And I'm not hurt.
Oh,
2 damage.
Not bad.
I'll take it. I'll take it. And the spell that everyone has access to is a little too far away, I think, to cast. The Grinding Teeth of Galed is what I'm referencing. It's too far away to cast. So I'm just going to do Arcane Bolt on him. That's kind of it. Hey, we got it with a 6!
Let's go off.
He's got an Arcane Bolt stored up on him somewhere. That's 7 casts. I might have missed something somewhere for another spell cast, but that's okay. The only other thing I could do is like Von Hell's Fight in Combat if I wanted to. They both have spells, but the Vangorian Lord's still very good, but a little bit better with monsters on the table. The nice thing about the Vangorian Lord, you're probably saying, oh, you didn't roll for their madness. Turns out no one liked that rule on the Vangorian Lord, so they got rid of it. It used to have a rule where it couldn't do commands anymore, but it could advance and charge, because as the game went on, the more susceptible to madness it was.
Yeah.
So they got rid of that rule. It's just a weird.
Good. It was a weird rule.
It's just a weird monster thing now.
Yeah.
That helps other monsters. Its spell allows a monster to benefit from the hunger, like a vampire would, which is a hell of a lot better now too. But we're gonna go with our Vampire Lord on Zombie Dragon, casting Curse of Exsanguination, which is I failed it. So this is the one where I pick a unit, they take a mortal wound, and if they don't ignore it, they take another mortal wound on a 3-up. You just keep rolling 3-ups for mortal wounds until they ignore it.
Oh my god. Okay.
It used to be a 4-up, now it's a 3-up, but it's about killing one model. So I can kill, you could hypothetically make Archaon's blood boil until he died. It wouldn't happen, but it could happen.
It could.
It'd be epic if it did.
So that should be it for my hero phase. I think I've cast all the spells I can. I've healed. Well, I didn't need to heal because I didn't need to heal, so I'll get rid of that for now. And we're going to go on to moving, where I am going to run the Necromancer, 5. He's going to run forward right there, and then I'm going to show you the rest of my movement. I'm not going to actually torture you by moving every little model and showing it to you. They're going to have to double to keep up with him, and then the rest are going to do regular runs and whatnot.
Cool.
With the at the double, the zombies catch up to the Necromancer, going around him a little bit. But I didn't commit these ones as far because I wanted their auras to stay a little bit. They could have gone up here, but hang out over there. Corpse Cart rolls a 2, but stays in line of them, so I didn't want to overcommit them in case he rolled a 1. And then Nagash advanced, ran to this position here. Left it open for him so he can keep his 5-up ward save aura active, so I need to hold the line. It's not much of a charging army, the Soulblight Gravelords. I just want to play like Black Knights or Blood Knights or like a big elite Graveguard list. It's more of a you charge me, we get stuck in, and then I hit you with my harder heavy. It's kind of like you fall into the tar pit trap and I hit you with my heavy hitters. That's ideally, generally your Soulblight Gravelord plan. So moving forward, the Vampire, the Skeletons, and the White King, the Graveguard ran, but they didn't really get too far with it. The Vampire Lord on the Zombie Dragon just flew from here to there, and then the Vangorian Lord and the Skeletons moved up that way. The Direwolves did run. I got a 6. I got lucky. They ran right forward towards the Vanguard, hanging out on that objective over there. And the only risky thing on my turn is I need these 2 characters, these champions, to make their charges and contest that objective there in the middle. Otherwise, I'll lose my battle tactic. But what does mean my Vampire does commit further away from the zombies than I'd like her to, but that's fine, realistically. Also, Nagash doesn't have his fancy Gaze of Nagash anymore. He lost his shooting attack, but that's okay, because it was like a nothing attack anyways. But for those of you who have memories about it doing really cool things, you always have those memories. We're going to go on to the Zombie Dragon, who's got a much better shooting attack now. The Pestilential Breath got a heck of a glow. In fact, the Zombie Dragon is looking mighty spicy, because the Terrorgeist didn't change, but the Terrorgeist was always the better option. They even gave the Terrorgeist 7 attacks now. He used to have 4, now he has 7 attacks. And he has the...
What?
Do you guys remember the mortal wounds on the mod? That's definitely still a thing.
Ooh.
Which is promising for the Flesh Eater Court book to come out, because that means they're probably going to keep that as well.
Yeah, that would be great. They need a glow up. They're due for something.
Well, fun fact, this Soulblights have gotten 2 new books before the Flesh Eater Courts have gotten 1 new book. So the Flesh Eaters came out in 2nd edition before the Soulblight did, and then Soulblight came out much later in 2nd, and then they got their new 3rd edition.
They were the
book.
last codex.
They were. Soulblight was the last codex in 2nd edition, Which surprises me that they got a new 3rd one, but it is what it is. His Pestilential Breath is going to go for the Chaos Warriors over there. I was about to look at the Vampire Lord's Pestilential Breath attack, but then I realized I moved the dogs, and that was actually cheating. I couldn't do that, because I summoned them this turn, but we went to go take a lunch break, came back, looked up all the other rules. I forgot that it cannot move this turn, so that's where they are, more than 9 away from the Chaos Warriors. And then I had to change the move on the Black Knight, the Graveguard, to make room for the White King to move up to there. So he's in the same spot he was before after the move, but they just had to make way first. So everything is the same, except the Vangorian Lord's over there. The Vampire Lord on the Zombie Dragon is just staying still. But his Breath Attack got a heck of a lot better. It's D6 shots that are 3 damage each now, instead of 1 shot that's D6 damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's big difference.
Way, way, way better. I'm going to go on to charging. Yes, I do have charges. I'm only going to commit to the fight in the middle if I make the character charges. If not, there's no point in fighting. So we're going to go with the White King first. Declare a charge. 5 is a fail. I'll use a forward to victory here. 11 will make
that'll do it.
Now the problem is the Vampire over here needs an 8, no reroll. With that 11, he's going to go wham right to there. And then the Vampire's got fly, so she's got a little bit more mobility. She needs an 8. She whiffs it. Can't reroll it, so I scuffed my battle tactic, but we can kind of fight in the middle now a little bit. So the Skeleton's going to clear a charge. They're going to go 7. Their Musician still does the same thing. They go 6 instead. So it's going to look like after the charge. I was close, though. Almost got that battle tactic there. The first move is going to be kind of difficult, so I'm not, like, disappointed. And you guys didn't get one either, so
Yeah,
it's not too bad at all. We got Nagash nice front and center. Hopefully, I was kind of... It was funny because I put the dogs forward and I realized, I just gummed up all the middle. Our big guys can't actually fight anywhere until the dust settles a little bit.
Yeah.
But now there's like a rather large opening over there. I guess the dogs could still declare charge. It is a 9. They're going to roll 4. Can't re-roll it. And that is about it for charging. Ooh. Now this is where the difference in the White King and the Vampire is a little weird because the Vampire has Crimson Feast, which is start of the combat phase, and his Lord of Bones is start of the hero phase. So not in love with that, but I don't know. I guess the reason would be you could like Lord of Bones in the hero phase and then Von Hell's Dance Macabre that unit is the only thing I can think of right now is why there's a difference of it, but it doesn't matter. We're going to use our Crimson Feast at the start of the combat phase targeting those skeletons to give them an extra attack. So every 6 hit is 2 hits and they just have an extra attack. That's it. Now, one thing that they brought back in this book that I'm not a big fan of, but I'll say it kind of jokingly is remember back in 1st edition when units were like, if you have X amount of models in your unit, then you get Y.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
They got rid of that in 3rd, except for this unit, they brought it back. If they have at least 20 models in their unit, they have Ren 1 now.
Oh.
So I don't like the bonus for like the bigger units, but
Okay.
yeah.
That always kind of annoyed me a bit.
MSU's kind of strong right now in a lot of cases where you just have like a lot of small units everywhere. So they have to kind of give you incentive to the bigger units again. Yeah. I mean, the incentives to bigger units always were like you put a buff on them and you get double the effect of the buff because now there's double models in the unit. But then just the way things work, that a lot of people were spamming smaller units. So I think they had to bring the incentive back, I suppose. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I explained it kind of poorly. The rule won't actually work now. Back in the day, it used to be if you had 20 or more models, you got the rend. Now they have a rule called Tides of Bones and something. Dust, maybe. But they get an extra rend on their attacks if they outnumber the target enemy. Oh, yeah. Good at fighting monsters and elite infantry then, because they're always going to outnumber or characters too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Well, regardless, they're going to pile in and attack these Chaos Warriors, and I don't know if I think I'm going to just chill on I'll just use all-out defense instead. Yeah, I'll do exactly that. We're going to go ahead and do our 21. Actually, it's going to be, it's 41 attacks because of the extra attack and the champion in there. They're all ancient weapons now, so it doesn't matter what your skeletons are equipped with. Swords, spears, hammers, maces, doesn't really matter. It's all classified as ancient weapon. So we have 41 attacks. Here's 20 of them. 4s to hit, 6s are 2 hits. There's the hits. These are 3s to wound.
-1.
And then, 4s to wound, that's right. Yep. So we only had 3 wounding hits on the first volley. Second attempt! I like the elevated table, but man, what a pain in the butt, the drop dice. So 4s are good. And the wounds on 4s, because you're marked by Nurgle, another 3, so we got 6.
6 total.
Oh, and I forgot the champion attack, sorry. Hit. 1 more. 2 abstains because of Mystic Shield. I do a damage. All right.
So 1 is wounded.
And not here to really kill the unit, but we're trying to tie it up. And if anyone's curious what my Virkos rules are, it's when Virkos vampires attack, they can pick another Virkos unit to immediately attack afterwards. But you can't pick but if you pick a hero into a hero fighting, then that hero stops it. That second pick stops it. So it's pretty much whenever you fight with a hero, you get to fight with another unit. That's it. As Nick piles in here, I was about to say it doesn't work for White Kings because it's only vampires, but I was wrong. It's actually any Virkos here, so I could have attacked with the White King first. He's not going to die, so I'm not worried about it. So I'll just fight with him afterwards. But you could totally attack with the White King and then into the graveyard, or in this case, skeletons. The Warriors of Chaos have marched in, and they're about to throw the hammer down on these skeletons. They look so ready, but unfortunately for them, they are fading vigor.
Neutered, yes.
And they're one attack each, hitting on 4s now.
Yeah.
Wait, no -1 to hit. It's just -1 attack and -1 to wound. That's right. They're 3s and 4s, 1
3s and
attack
4s,
each.
yeah.
A sad reality for them. I'm going to all-out defense my skeletons because the goal is to live, not die. Would you like to
all-out attack? Yeah.
You're gonna go back. You're gonna hit on 2s
Yeah, we're gonna try it
with your 1 attack.
We're gonna
each?
try it. I gotta mark
Are they
some
Galician
skeletons.
veterans or no? The chaos. 3 are on the White King attacking him, and then we have a bunch of other Chaos Warriors attacking my skeletons. They're not veterans, but they got a few guys honeycombed in for attacks.
On the White King.
Look at that. They all hit because of all that attack.
Yep.
And,
And force
to wound because
again.
they're -1 to wound.
1 wound, -1.
We got a 4-up save on the White King after the Ren because he's got a 3-up. He's okay to go. 10 attacks here from the rest. It would be 20, but stopping it.
They
Well,
all
the champion
hit.
has the extra attack. They all hit, though. That's nice. And these are wounding on 4s now. Nice. That's
still pretty-
Back to a 5-up because of all the defense, which stops 2 of them. And then I have normally a 6-up ward save, but we're holding within 12 of the Vampire, who's got a Phylactery that increases ward saves for summonable units. So it's going to be a 5-up ward. Boop, 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 and we take 3. All right. I'm going to just lose
That's a
from
command
over
point.
here to keep my
So you
oars
use
a
this
little bit
command
tighter in this
ability.
direction. And the White King will just swing amongst the warriors. He's got 5 attacks now with his White Blade. 5 attacks from the White King on 3s. 6 are good. Because they do 2 more. It's a beheading strike, so it's 2 more wounds in addition to his normal damage of 2. So we got 2 mortals. He attempts to cut the head off one of the Chaos Warriors. And then he does 2 wounds as well. Oh, actually no wounds at all because you're
Because of
nurgled.
-1.
Yep. But you get the 2 ward saves to protect your head. Protect your neck. Nope.
Nothing.
And that one Chaos Warrior's head gets clean right off those shoulders. That's kind of it. There's no morale to do for either one of us. Oh, I will say, the Soulblight, I just realized I was about to do the leadership thing. I'm like, oh, you're near one of my units to get -1 leadership. They actually did get rid of that. So no more leadership bombing the enemy. 3, so I can't possibly fail. So I don't need to worry about rolling for any of that. And we go right to scoring, where I control only nothing. I don't think I get any victory points because I wasn't fast enough actually to get on the objectives. A weird I have to be within 6. A weird nothing because I only got 22 here to your I mean my guys are smaller bases maybe. Just counting up, there's about 18 of the warriors there within 6 of the objective to my 17. And then I got the White King, but Archaon is the 5 models on there as well. So unfortunately for me, going second, you guys made the right call. I gained 0 victory points because I don't get my battle tactic. But we're playing the long game here. So we're going to see, and it's also just showing off the new mechanics. So win or lose, I can care less. But the actual mechanics are what I'm curious to try and pull off here. And so far, I like what I see. Well, the spellcasting with Nagash, he's quite fun to use.
Yeah.
But damn, I hate to use him. And it's priority roll time. Who's rolling amongst you
Who's feeling
guys?
lucky?
I roll to see if we.
No, you're rolling. If you're rolling, you're rolling.
All right, I'm gonna
You make
do
that
it.
call.
Right.
You want to go for it? All right.
Yeah.
I got a 1. Ooh,
Oh,
you-
Mike Thomas.
No, you both get to pick. Because you went first. You get to pick between the 2 of you.
How did you roll a 1 into a 1? Anyways, we'll take it.
Sure.
You think
Yeah,
so?
I think we.
We could get some charges off.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Works for me. On to turn 2. 3-0 so far.
All right, so for our battle tactic for this turn, hopefully we roll well enough to run them down, which is we have to have 3 successful charges
Yeah.
by the end of the turn.
That should be easy in theory.
In theory.
Yes.
In theory.
Yes.
What would you like? Do you know what you want to do for an action? On the heroic level.
Do you want to heal him? We'll just keep him healthy.
He's only taken 1
It
wound.
depends if you need. You're only at 2 command points, so maybe you need that. I don't know.
You wanna do the
Oh, also,
command
did you
point?
want to do the Eye of Shiri in this command phase? Do you
That's
want
what I
to?
was thinking.
Do you want to play? Because if you get to see what the next battle rounds, you get to see what turn 3's battle round priorities.
I think we should go for
Okay,
it now.
we'll
and see
do
what
that.
happens.
Yeah, it's just a roll. So on a 1 to 3, you know that I can't remember if it. What
It's
is it?
you go first
On
on a
1 to
1
3?
to 3, and then for us it's a 4, 5,
Yeah,
6.
because if anyone's unfamiliar, this is Archaon's ability. He looks into the Eye of Shirian,
Yep.
and he gets to predict. He gets to insight into the future.
Yeah.
So you get to plan your whole turn out, knowing that I will be going next.
So you'll get the double turn.
Actually, yes.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
guys know I'm getting the double turn.
Yeah.
So plan.
Pull everything back.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, you guys get to know I'm going twice in a row. It's pleasant for me, but it's unfortunate that you get to plan your whole turn out. But That's kind of a weird concept too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do knowing that I'm gonna have my priority?
We just got to
twice?
try to do what we can.
Get
It's
stuck
just-
in. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get buffs off. Get stuck in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to put it on Big Daddy? Or you want me to take it? I'll take it.
You take it. You take
We're
it.
doing heroic leadership on the general.
Oh, he gets it.
The picked general. He'll have it over here. I'm gonna do it now before I forget, because we'll see. He's got arcane bolt stored up on him still, so you can shoot a mortal wound out at the start of any one of your phases.
Yep.
If anything gets close to him, watch out. He can do D3 mortal wounds if you get within 3. I am gonna go for leadership as an action because the zombies are a little too far away to add models to, and I can't summon more dogs. I've already done that, and I don't need to recover anyone. So leadership on Nagash. He's not very good at leading the undead apparently. Try conduit of power on the Lord.
Ooh!
9. I'll try and stop it with Nagash. I do. I got a 10 because I had 3 to the roll. Archaon can cast 2 powers.
Yeah.
Usually Mystic Shield's always one of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Mystic Shield first from Archaon.
Oh, you got it. But I stop it. Archaon is going to attempt demonic speed.
Yep. Hopefully this happens.
7.
7. That will go off.
I got an 11. I stopped it without the modifier. We'll conclude the hero phase. We're going on to movement, and you want to start over here to see where I redeploy. Because they could reposition a little bit of room for Archaon to try and hit Nagash, but I'm probably just going to redeploy the zombies. So if they want to see me redeploy the zombies first. Boom. So we're going to have the... What's move? Is something moving there right away? The Crackatrack Lord?
Crackerjack's going to just shimmy his way all the way to stay outside.
I told the boys off camera, but I do remember I didn't tell you guys watching that my Gurish champion enhancement is going to be on the Vampiress there. She's going to have Fueled by Gurish Rage. I don't want her dying. The vampires are, what a surprise, important to the Soulblight Gravelords.
Yeah.
So he's going to move there?
For now, yes.
Fascinating. Well, I'm not like overly worried about him. I just got to see where Archaon can show up before I decide on where I want to redeploy. I still think I'm going to redeploy off of that, even though Archaon can't threaten this flank as much because he'd have to land way back there for now. Archaon can still go over here. But I'm going to redeploy these guys because as much as the Necromancer has his bodyguard ability still for the zombies, that's still quite a bit of attacks that can go all into him, and he'd probably still die to it. So I'm going to redeploy the zombies an extra 3 inches. Off of his move, I do redeploy the zombies there 3, mostly going up and around the Necromancer, and just pushing up in general, staying wholly within 12 of the Corpse Guard and Nagash still for bonuses if possible. Couldn't get within range of the Vampire, though. Then from there, the Varangard are moving, so we have the 1 unit of Varangard moving up and around to challenge the Skeletons. I can't redeploy anymore, so we're just having the Varangard push forward here. That's where the Varangard are going to go. Archaon's probably going to pocket in over there. We're going to figure that in a second, because we've got the Chaos Knights also moving over here. It's nice to have 2 people on the same team, because they can just they speed up the movement phase. Hey, that's 1 for Nick, though. He knocked something over. The Chaos Knights end up. And then these guys advance back here, an extra 4 inches, as they're going to reinforce the other flank. And then Thomas is trying to find a spot here for Archaon to land, to threaten my frontage. Just kind of figure out a happy spot for the Varangard to land, for Archaon to get at least from the front, essentially.
He's chonky. He's a chonky boy.
The base is super obnoxious to play with. It makes a lot of things really hard to pull off. Yeah.
Remember in first edition, the way the weapon profiles worked, like some weapons couldn't even hit him even if you're base to base.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because
to the model.
Yeah. Well, the biggest culprit I remember for that was the Frostheart Phoenix from the High Elf line was on a flying stem about 3. It was like exactly 3 inches off the ground. So the Frostheart Phoenix had 3-inch reach to attack, but everything with 1-inch reach couldn't attack. That's it. Was
ridiculous.
Growing pains. After Archaon moves, that's it. We're done. There is no shooting in the list because Archaon's heads are rampages now. Where the charges begin?
Let's see what we get.
Are you gonna actually charge him in?
Yeah, why not?
Maddening. Well, I guess he doesn't have to go into the
Oh, he's
10. Oh, well.
Yeah.
It's 1 charge, and yes, they realize that this is madness, maybe, but it's an impetuous castle. They're having some fun with it.
That's how we roll.
All right, these Chaos Knights are going to charge in. Bloop, a 9er. Okay. Crackatrack Lord ends up there, and these Chaos Knights charge in there, avoiding Nagash's engagement. But let me give you a wild pointer here. I just realized the fact that Nagash could just pile in a fight and get within range of them anyways.
But at least he's gonna have to fight.
True.
The Crackerjack.
True. I guess I would be able to. It depends on if I pull these zombies or not on the order of it, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably attack the Crackatrack Lord anyways.
I'm here to have fun. We'll see what happens.
Do they do impact hits when they charge, or only?
No, the Crackerjack does though.
Oh, we got to resolve that. Brutus Rampage. Extra rolls for every unit with 1 inch shows the Vampire and Nagash.
So we'll do Nagash first.
Nagash.
Okay. Nagash
Thank you,
first.
Nick. Oh! He's too high up in the air to get hit impact.
I'm gonna get another one.
A new die? Alright, for the Vampire.
Okay, so it does get it, and D3.
It will be 3.
It'll be 3.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Vampire has a 5-up ward save because she's near Nagash.
Oh, come on.
Okay, well. So remember I was complaining about force multipliers, John?
Yeah.
The odds of rolling, the odds of the 5-up actually mattering is on 3 dice is kind of low. The fact that I hit all 3 of them makes me mad. It's only really funny because I was literally giving Nick crap all day yesterday about force multipliers while we played Lord of the Rings strategy battle game, and here I am.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
the force multiplier.
Just the force multiplier, just saving 3 wounds.
I will. You'll probably never really see Nagash again under my control because I don't typically run it, but it's just I hate myself for the hypocrisy in that one. But I had to for you, the viewer. We got some charges over here.
Yep.
So the first Vanguard unit, these ones are not soul piked and they're not icons.
Exactly, but they do have the spear, so hopefully something comes of that. And that will get me in.
Absolutely, 7 will make it in.
Yep.
I can't remember if the Vanguard have impact hits or not, but they might.
They do not.
Oh, okay. So they're gonna get bonuses to wound later because they're actually gonna be playing with the spears.
Yeah.
These ones are the hand weapons.
Yeah, with the blades.
Yeah, they're the blades.
So they will declare a charge, and I know they got Soul Spike, and
You don't want to roll high. You want to roll like a 3 or something on your charge.
yeah, and
Boxcars.
and I rolled a 7.
So because you rolled a 7, no matter how much you move, you take a mortal wound on a 4-up equal to the amount. Like I roll dice equal to your charge roll, and every 4-up you take a mortal wound. So they take 3 mortal wounds for that charge, but they have a 4-up ward.
Right.
3 mortals. You suffer 2. Oh, 1 guy dies on the soul pike.
Brutal.
Excellent. That's where they end up now. Archaon's gonna declare a charge.
My
here.
beautiful 800+ point model is going to charge some Graveguard, hopefully, and some dogs as well.
Dogs. You roll. Oh, a 10 is beautiful for him. That'll be the 4th charge. Thus, you only need 3 for the actual battle tactics. So you did it.
Yep.
Battle tactics.
Hooray!
You're also fighting me off the objectives. I'm gonna have a hard time getting to these objectives. Hopefully, the grave
That's
sites
what
kick
we're
in later.
hoping.
Oh, I didn't talk about the grave sites. My gosh, there's a lot of things to talk about in the book. They're almost identical to what they were before in the previous book. You just you can summon from them. You can put deep strike units near them, and the cool thing is when you use your not invocation. Actually, might be the invocation rule, but like when you pick a unit to return models to, if they're also near a gravesite, it's +1. So it's like D3 +1. But it says +1 models are returned, which is nice for things like Black Knights and Dire Wolves, where you roll the D3, you'll get 1 Dire Wolf back because you got like the 2-up or whatever. But then if you're near a gravesite, you get 1 free Dire Wolf back as well because it returns the model, not an extra wound. Important distinction. Couple things now that we're done charging. He has a rule. What's it called there,
The
Nick?
Knights of Chaos.
Knights of Chaos. He gets the first strikes first effect when he goes to fight, and then after he fights, he could pick another unit to go after.
Yeah, wholly within 12 inches.
Yeah.
That is a Chaos Knight, Chariot, or Gore Beast. Well, I'm going to take the Knights, obviously.
So that means he'll be fighting first. But a cool new thing with the skeletons, and it's only relevant for that unit over there, when at the start of every combat phase now, including your opponents, the skeletal legion rule has been changed. It used to be when they went to go fight, you'd roll a die for every slain model in the unit that died that turn, and on a 4-up they come back. Now it's you roll a die for every slain model in general in the unit, and on a 4-up they come back. So giant, like say that was down to 5 models after like 3 rounds of combat, I'd roll 15 dice or whatever.
Yeah, theoretically you
to
can bring
it
him back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like pretty nuts. It's like very close to the 8th edition Necron reanimation protocol rule.
Oh, I've had my experience against that.
Yeah.
So like I'm only missing 3. I get back 2 of them. I am going to reanimate.
Yeah.
Ooh, do some,
I knew that was happening.
Yeah.
Just go like some jank right there. Like
Yeah.
I can't get them. Like you could technically like if that was a weird situation. I'm not going to do it because it's I like to reanimate close to the parent unit and try and keep gentlemanly about it. But like if you were to put him in base contact with the Archaon and Archaon was in base contact with them, he wouldn't be able to pile in unless he stayed in base contact with both of them still. But like I can't do anything there about it. But that's 2 guys coming back. Okay, so we fight first with Mr. Chaos Lord. And then after he fights, these guys are going to fight. What would you like to do with your attacks?
We're just going to swing. We're going to start with the axe.
Just everything
Yeah,
into
everything
Vampire?
into the Vampire Lord.
Does she all-out defense? What are the Graveguard all-out defense? Before we do that, we have Monstrous Rampages.
Yeah.
So I got one also with Nagash, and then you have one too.
So in this case, I'm going to use one of his cool head abilities, and I think I'm going to go for the
Filth Spewer is like a breath attack based on the amount of models in the target unit. We're going to go for the Graveguard. This is I think you roll 1 die for every...
It's 1 die for every model, and on a 3+, you take a mortal wound.
Does it cap at 7?
7.
Caps
Caps
at
at
7.
7.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought, yeah. I roll right. Yeah, right here works. 3 ups! Boom, 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 boom.
I think there's 7.
Correction, you roll up to 7 dice. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter how big the unit is, you roll up to 7 dice. So
So-
ideally, the perfect target is a 7 model unit.
Yeah.
So
I'll
now
read-
these are 3 ups.
Yeah. These would be the 3-ups.
Okay, that's about the same actually.
Yeah, so that's 6.
6 mortal wounds, not bad at all. I only bothered to look it up because I was curious if because they have ward saves, right? So if say you rolled 12 mortal wounds and I made 7 of the ward saves, or 4 of the ward saves or whatever, right? Would they keep spilling over? But in this case, no. I ward 3 of them because they're wholly within 12 of Nagash. Or her, she does it too with the phylactery. So 3 die. 1, 2, and a 3. Leave them there for morale purposes. It's going to be big because Archaon has an aura of no inspire. So always have to roll near him. And that's what the zombie dragon does too. I forgot to talk about it earlier. I'm such a dummy. I got distracted by the moving the dogs. The zombie dragon has quite a bit of melee attacks, and his mouth is better and more consistent damage because it's flat 3 instead of d6. But he has a rule called Terror now, where enemies cannot inspire nearby him.
Okay, so
huge.
So we're just
I'm
angrily staring at each other and can't do anything.
I think I would like to stomp on the counterattack lord with Nagash. I'm gonna feed you feet, dude. Boom. Boom. No, nothing. I got a 1. Didn't matter what Nagash did there. So okay, now we go on to the strike first.
Okay.
And you're gonna put everything into the vampire lord.
Yeah. So.
Well, she's gonna defend herself. And I think she's going to all-out defense because I want to keep her alive. Now, she does have a fallback on Gurish Rage, so hopefully there's that. And there's one more thing. The counterattack lord does have a 5 board save. I thought he might have. He doesn't have a shield, but he has a built-in.
No, he has a built-in.
So he just takes 1 less damage.
So he's at 8.
Yeah, instead of 9. Kind of retroactively fixing things we can easily fix through the game. There's a lot kind of going on here. So things hard to remember.
So now this will be the Hex Battle Axe.
You want to all-out attack or anything, or just attack normally?
No, I'm going to save it for them, I think. Yeah. So 3s, so they all hit.
Nice. And 3s to wound. Oh,
2 wounds, -1, 2 damage.
Should be 3-ups because of all the defense. Well, the 4 definitely works. How much damage?
2 damage on this one.
She's got a 5 aboard. She takes 1.
All right. Now we'll do the Demon Bound Blade, so 3s.
Okay.
And 3s to wound.
6 though.
Yeah, so no, it's only on the hit roll, so it is still -2, D3 damage.
-2. I gotta double check my save now. So we do pass, so we have 2 up save with all low defense. And then we have the mounts attacks.
Yep, so now these hit on 4s.
Excellent.
And 3s to wound.
3s to wound. 3 of them.
-1, 2 damage.
Back to 3-ups. Ooh, 1 does get through 2 damage.
2 damage.
Ward. Neither takes 2. 2 wounds remaining on the Vampiress. And then we're going to the Chaos Knights because they immediately fight after he does. Very similar rule to the Virkos rule I have, which I'm going to try and remember this combat phase. This is like a madness the game. Like it's like so much to track here.
Yep.
What a burden I took on myself in my first Soulblight Gravelords game. But I was feeling confident yesterday.
Yeah.
Look, I think originally we were going to plan just a 2K game. The 2 of us teamed up against you, but then I brought my Archaon all the way from Montreal here, so I was like, I gotta use him. You were cool with it.
I'm like, I'm gonna put Archaon down. Might as well put Nagash down.
Exactly.
I'm sure literally like a majority of you watching probably play with Nagash or against him. Want to see what he's like with the new army, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The 3,000 point game really shows it off even further as well.
Yeah.
So for both of them, it kind of showcases their capabilities twicefold. So they're gonna pile in. So they pile in this way because they just had to be within 12 of the declaration of that. They fight now. Here we have all the attacks into the zombies, which are many. Are you gonna all-out attack before you roll?
Oh yeah, we should.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So +1 to hit.
That'll
got
be
3s
the,
now.
We'll use the one on top, the Carcadrax.
The heroic leadership.
Yeah.
3s to hit. And they're marked by corn, so that's why there's so many attacks. They get an extra attack because they charged.
Yes.
Do they have a fancy and sorcerer's banner? Well, they don't really have it.
The one for the corn one, but it's +1 to wound.
Yes. So they're wounding on 2s instead of 3s, yeah. 2s to wound because they got the corn banner. Boom. 22 wounding hits on the zombies here. A couple changes with the zombies is they no longer have a 7-up save. They actually have a 6-up save, which just means you don't need the... That's what the Unholy Lodestone used to do. You used to just give them a bonus save.
Yeah.
Now it's more of an offensive bonus to zombies that allows them to do mortal wounds when they attack, which is kind of... It's a weird... They like swapped the rules around a little bit. You need the corpse guard to do mortal wounds on the attacks now, but when they die, as they're dragged down and torn apart, they take the enemy down with them and do mortal wounds as well. So how much was that, sorry?
22 wounds.
All right, so 22, that's, is that 2 damage each?
Yeah.
44 damage on the zombies. I owe you 44 ward saves so far. We might as well do the horses. 5 of the horses are in range to attack. On 3s because of all that attack. Boop. And then these are the extra attacks for the market corn because the horses get it too. They are 2 serving corn in this action. Are you kidding me? They love corn. Look at them.
This will be 3s again because of the +1 to wound.
The banner, yeah. Only 1 real fail. So it's, there's rend on these attacks or no?
No rend on these.
Ooh,
no rend on
I
these.
got a save on that one. Yeah, 6-up save, granted. But Save all the
40.
There we go. So it's 44.
44.
So
plus
49, 50, 52 ward saves.
52.
52 ward saves. I'm going to do 20, 20, 12, I guess. And these are 5 ups because they're near Nagash. He holds within 12. Making 9 on the first one. 9 saves on the first one. Oh, about half on the second.
Are you?
I was 10 on that one. That's nuts. Saved 19, and here's the last 12. So 21. I saved 21 out of the 52 ward saves. So I lost 31 zombies. I still have a handful left. Actually, I don't think I lost any zombies. I have 9 zombies left, effectively. Yeah. Drag down and torn apart rule is every time a model in this unit is slain by a melee attack from the enemy, no matter where that model is slain from, that attack unit suffers a mortal wound on a 5+. I'm gonna roll 31 dice and do a mortal wound. So I'm doing about 10 mortal wounds back.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is not gonna go well.
15.
Oh my.
6. 6 plus 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mortal wounds from dragged down and torn apart. Luckily, they have shields. Their chaos shields give them a 5 upwards. Whoo-wee!
Oh, Nick!
Why can't I roll like you?
That's not as good looking as
1, 2. That'll kill that one. And one's down to 1.
Woo, so I kill 1, 2, 3, 4 effectively, and one guy's got a wound left.
200 points just killed itself.
When you get tangoing with these guys, so I should probably lose my 31 guys still.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
So there goes 5.
Take this guy, because then you'll still be in range for your.
No, but it's okay. Next turn.
Look,
but
the great
it's okay.
equalizer. We
I'll
just
move
both
if I have
annihilated
to.
each other. Here's 31. So I have those 9 remaining zombies. So you clash into me and just like, boom! You kick up all the dirt and the dust on the floor here in this necropolis. It settles. There's like not a whole lot left. I love it.
I just imagine as they're getting pummeled into the ground, there's like hands grabbing.
This is true. This reminds me now of the scenario of I'm gonna say it, Game of Thrones, Battle of Winterfell, where the Dothraki just charge in and get annihilated.
Pretty much, dude.
This is what we have left over there, and then that was fight first into an immediate fight over here. Now there's no more fight first effects. Now we go into regular combats where Nick and Thomas get to pick something to fight with because it's their turn actively now.
Yeah, exactly.
So Archaon makes the most sense to
go. So I'm gonna put I'm gonna go for broke and put everything into the Graveguard.
Oh, absolutely, I get that. These guys are a menace, dude. If they survive. Now, luckily they also have a 5 up ward save, so they might be okay with some of these. But I know you got a crap ton of attacks. We're starting off with the Slayer of Kings.
Yes.
All right. His
4
sword.
attacks, hitting on 2s.
Good start. I have no debuffs on him right now. So.
Wounding you on 3s.
Ooh, hey, Thomas.
-2 and flat 3 damage.
That's a lot. One sweep of the Slayer of Kings cuts down 12 Graveguards. Maybe. They have the ward save, but still.
2 attacks from the Monstrous Claws.
On Dorgar. 1 hit.
And wounding on 3s.
Ooh, render 2?
-2, yeah.
All right, how much damage is that one?
It's a D6, Monstrous Claws, it will be 5 damage right now.
Graveguard with great weapons only have a 5 up save, so I kind of exposed them a little bit here to Archaon, but maybe I can pounce on Archaon now, who knows, right?
So next up we have the Lashing Tails, which is 2d6 attacks. For 6 attacks, I'm going to need Force to hit you with these.
Ooh, only 2 hits, eh?
And 3s to wound you.
Ooh.
Okay.
You should have more, I guess.
And then I have the Chimeric Heads.
Yeah, all 3 of the heads attack as well.
So
2 attacks per head, effectively.
Hitting on 3s.
Got 1 miss.
Oh, there we go.
Gonna be wounding you on 3s.
Okay. Render 1 or 2.
-1, yeah. Flat 2.
So the big monstrous heads, I have a 6 up against them. That's 8 more damage. Oh. 25 damage from Archaon's attacks. From all of it. I have to do my ward save. And the wards. 5 ups.
Oh my.
This is from the phylactery on the vampire, so she's helping quite a bit here. Archaon, actually. They're both wholly within 12.
Whoa.
I only failed 4 because their banner lets me reroll once. Oh my god! So Archaon, I'm also, guys, this is very anecdotal. I'm rolling very well. This is 8 wounds he causes. He kills 8 Graveguard. As he knocks them over and they shatter, they reanimate.
How many wounds was there? 26?
25.
25.
25.
8 wounds.
2. I can't inspire though, so I will be taking a bravery check. That's what's left after Archaon's attack. Now I get to go. There's not much I have to worry about. I definitely don't have to worry about those Chaos Warriors.
All right.
It feels bad when there's 30 Chaos Warriors like that. That's no problem at all.
No,
Archaon did roll rather well, but I rolled even better to counteract it.
Yes.
I am going to go. Every pick is kind of crap here. So I'm going to go with The skeletons? I will go with the skeletons. They're going to pile in attack. These guys are going to all defense the Vanguard because I do get rend against them.
Yep.
Because I outnumber you. We're going to pile in. Not all of them are attacking, but a good handful of them are. Be 18. These two back here cannot fight. So these are the skeleton attacks, including the champion. I am all out attacking, and the Vanguard are all out defensing. I think we mentioned that earlier. But mostly doing that because I get rend on these attacks now, because I outnumber you. 3 swoon, 1 fail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Because of all-out defense. Of course that's going to happen.
You're losing a model.
Oh, that's true. You're 1 wound off of dying.
Yeah, it worked out. It was worth it.
The Spirit Gale. I'm like, why did he take damage? I'm like, oh, I get it. I know why. Yeah. All right, that's my pick. You guys get to go.
All right. I think I'm going to go with the Vanguard right here. Into the doggies.
All right, roll it up.
All right, so I'm swinging in with the Demon Forged Blades, looking for 6s for extra mortal wounds.
Naturally, none. Sorry, Thomas.
No, that's my life. 3's the wound.
4?
4 at -2, and this will be D3 damage.
I'll roll them all up. I only have a 5-up save on the doggos.
So we got 2 for the horses. We got 3 attacks each for the fangs, hitting on 4s.
There's only the 2 of them, yeah.
Yeah, and wounding you on 3s. So 2 wounds at -1.
6s. Ooh, make 1.
Okay.
So that's 7 damage in total.
Yep.
Boom.
We're good.
6 up board. That's all we got here on these ones. I roll 1, so it's 1 dead dog, 2 dead dog, 3 dead dogs. So 1, 2, and 3 is how I'll lose them, I suppose. Now it's my pick, as this combat literally never ends. I don't think I have... I think at this point it doesn't really matter what's picked, because the only things that are left are... Well, the Vanguard get to fight twice, once per game if
and
they want to.
haven't activated yet.
None of my guys do, so I'm going to fight with these guys. That's the only logical one next, I suppose. I will do... How can I make that work? Probably not well. They're not really going to pile in much, just trying to keep coherency. So I got 2 attacking the Vanguard and 3 attacking Big Boy. I get to pile in 6, but I don't think I'll be able to get much out of doing so right now. The Archaon, this is including the Doom Wolf. Archaon is potentially hurt 3 times. 3-up save on Archaon with all of his armor, and you have a 5-up board save. And if you roll 6, you get to do a more wound back to me, but you can get the 5. Then I have 3 of the dogs attack the Vanguard on 4s. Uh-oh. I got a wound though. Vanguard have a 3-up against him because I have no rend. Oh, and then that's the damage. 4 wounds left on that Vanguard. All right, that's my pick. You get to go. You got Chaos Warriors, Vanguard again if you want to, and that's about it.
Probably here, right? Yeah.
Chaos Warriors. And then they are currently still -1 attack and -1 wound. So if I in a little bit, there's 15 attacks after everything is said and done. 3s to hit. Aha! And 4s to wounds. Okay, better than before. And they have rend as well.
Yes.
It's going to be 8 attacks or 8 saves. That's 6 up because of your rend. So make 1. Make 2. Currently looking at a 5-up board. I may have forgotten to reroll their 1s last round, but it didn't matter. So we lose 4 skeletons. I, again, just keep losing skeletons from over here, I suppose, because they're not really contributing to too much. Those, they go down. Does that make coherency those? I could kind of fix it. I'll keep that guy there. They were coherent. Oh, this guy was here, that's why. And then I lose 2 more from over here. There we go, easy as. All right, well then I am gonna go ahead and attack with, I guess my, you know what, let's do these zombies, they're kind of weird. They're gonna pile in and attack. They're gonna stay wholly within 12 of the corpse card to get more wounds when they attack. So they get 2 attacks each now. And 6s to hit are more wounds in addition to their normal damage for staying wholly within 12 of this. 5s to hit with their infectious bites. Nice. That's a really good roll. See a pattern forming here.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like a theme.
4s to wound. Okay, you take 2 mortal wounds and 4 saves. The saves? So, so 2 mortal wounds and 1 damage then.
And then 2 mortal wounds.
2 damage.
2 damage.
Oh, it does finish the night off. Which... Because they killed a unit with melee attacks on a 2-up, I get a zombie back in the unit at the end of the combat phase, but add a zombie to the unit there. And there should be no more combat phase stuff over here, so what's next?
I think it's going to be our last unit of Vanguard here is going to fight for the first time this turn.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to put everything into these skellies over here.
These ones are equipped with the spears or the lances.
Yeah, so I'm hitting on 3s.
Yes.
Normally I'd be wounding on 3s, but there'll be +1, so on 2s to wound. Of course, that's going to happen.
Nice.
And these are at rend 3, actually.
Because they charge. What's the damage, 2?
It's going to be 2 damage each.
So that's 8 damage in the pool?
Next, we got the Tearing Fangs from the horses, which are going to hit on 4s. And, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
My.
Okay, it's -1.
We fail it. That's 9 damage.
Yep.
This.
Welcome to the misery that is death. 6 up wards, make 1. I get to reroll that one because I have a banner. I make 1, so I do lose 8 of the scaly tans. Definitely
feel
want
a
to
little
stay.
better.
Always want to kind of stay central. So I'm gonna lose from the sides here. 5, 6, 7, 8. And now I'm gonna go on to the fight in the middle. I still have quite a bit to fight with. I got the Graveguard, the Vampire, and our friend here, Nagash, big boy there. But I want the Vampire to do some damage to him so she could heal. Let's go with the White King first, attacking with his White Blade. Reads the Virko's rule. Let the skeletons fight right away, but it won't matter because everything's already kind of resolved. So the White King hits on 3s, no 6s, and these are 4s to wound because of the Nurgle mark.
Yeah.
Ooh, 3 of them though. The 6s to hit are what matter.
You rend?
Rend of 1, so you ignore it. And you don't have Mystic Shield up, so just the 1 gets through. 2 damage.
Yep.
Kills 1. Boop, boop. Then the skeletons immediately fight for the Virko's rule. It's not going to be... I hate to roll the dice, but I'll do it anyways. The math of them doing damage is not very high. They're mostly there just to hold, but... Anyways, I got 15 of them attacking. They still have the Lord of Bones rule on them, but they don't keep the Crimson Feast rule. That goes away at the end of the phase. So they're only 1 attack each, but every 6 hits, 2 hits. It's kind of another weird interaction. Force to hit! The 6 count as 2 hits. So it's got 2 more hits in there. Force to wound because of Nurgle. That is 2. No rend, so 2 3-ups. I guess I'd be happy killing 1. Not quite. Now, the Varangard have the option to fight again once per game. So I assume you want to do that with...
Yeah, I'm probably going to do it with... I'm going to do it with both units, so we'll start with this one here first.
Okay.
I need to redeem myself.
Do better than what they did before?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Get all the bonuses you had before because you charged.
Yeah, so I'm hitting on 3s.
Oh, some misses. I'll take any miss I can here.
All right, but I'm wounding you on 2s now with the spears.
Yes, because of the charge.
Oh.
And that's 10 damage.
No,
I have no
wait.
save
This is
against
a
it.
2. That's a 2.
That was
Here are the
right.
horses.
Horses, come on.
4s.
Oh.
Hey, there you go. That's,
That's
much
much
better.
better.
Closer
Yeah.
to what you'd want to see.
Yeah.
Exactly. 3s to wounds.
Okay.
4 at -1.
6 up armor. Oh, that's all 4 of them. So that's 14 damage. 14 damage, eh? Bam. So we're looking at 6 up wards because they don't have anyone nearby.
I think we got him. Oh, the ones.
Boom, boom, boom. So that saves 2. That's going to be 12 dead, which is exactly killed 8
It's
before.
exactly what we...
That will be enough to wipe the rest of them out. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, pushing right through them, but leaving this giant opening. Because it's my turn next. And I'll get to go again after that.
Yep, so...
Boom. Now now I get to fight, and then those
Yeah.
Vanguard are going to opt out. You know what? We might as well resolve their fight now, because
Cool.
my only fights are over here. So the Vanguard here are going to opt to use their fight again ability to try and clean through these dogs a little bit. The designated rolling area.
So this will cause some mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound in addition to the damage.
Okay.
So everything hits.
And freeze.
3s to wound you.
Not bad. 4 of them. Rend of 2. That's 2
Yeah.
damage each. Put us at 9 damage.
And then we have the horses. Hitting on 4s. And wounding you on 3s.
I have a 6 up. That's 2 more damage. Total of 11. And 6 up ward. Ooh, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 dead. So the Demon Forged Blades are technically D3 damage, but I played it at 2, which is the average anyway. So it shouldn't actually be any more or less damage than the 2 damage on the spears.
You just have pity for me on my dice rolling, so you're helping me out.
I'll take the medium for you there. So we'll lose 3, 4, 5 dogs, and then we'll have a wound on that one lone wolf there. Hey, the unit was free though, I guess. Okay, I get to pretty much do the rest of my fights. Are these guys going to be interesting? I think they will be. The Graveguard are going to pile in and try and do some damage to Archaon, the Everchosen. Yeah, so when they pile in, they would get the Crimson Feast from the Vampire Lord. This is where it differs from the Lord of Bones. His effect is in the hero phase, lasts the whole battle round. Hers is every combat phase, but it only lasts for that phase. So hers is a little bit more flexible. His is more consistent. I don't know. But anyways, I guess I could have doubled it up on them, but she was always going to do it to them anyways. Yeah, I guess I don't have to pile them in much. So they pile in. What I meant to say by I don't need to pile in is I can't do it with one hand because the other one's holding the camera, so I had to cut the clip. All right, so we have 5, 9 of them attacking, and they have an extra attack from the Vampire. And I've already all out. I haven't all out. No, I need to save my command point for Inspire, where I can.
Yes.
That is, yeah. Which is only over here. There's 19 attacks from the Graveyard because they are 2 attacks each. Thank you, Thomas. In fact, I say they're 2. They only hit on 4s, so that's not a great start. But they actually might be 3 attacks each because of the Crimson Feast. This unit's still kind of nuts. So I get 9 more attacks I didn't account for because I'm a dummy. So here's 6 of them, and I'll just take 3 rerolls because these all missed horribly. So 4s. Okay, quite a bit better. Hopefully this information is coming off as clear too, because it feels like I'm just garbling up garbage. Also, these are 2 mortal wounds in addition to their normal damage, which is 2.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
So that's 2 mortal wounds plus 6 saves at Ren 1, which you have a 4 up again.
6 saves
At 4 up.
4 up now. Oh boy.
Make half. So
Yep.
that's a total of 6 damage plus 2 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the
You have a 5 up ward. And every 6 on the wards, you bounce it back to me. None. Okay. Well, he still takes 6 damage though.
Yep.
18 wounds left as he charges into the Graveguard, who very luckily lived. They could have very easily died to his 1 attack.
Yep.
Okay, so that's their attacks done. That's their attacks done. All I have left to resolve is the Vampire into Nagash. Vampires are armed with dynastic war relics now to account for like all the vampire models out there that exist.
That's
with,
so
like, weird.
cool.
It's like you have a halberd, you have a 2-handed mace, you got like weird throwing knives. Dynastic war relics.
Yeah.
5 attacks on 3s. Got 2 hits, 3s to wound. 2. I'll reroll that. 2 wounds. Ren 1. Oh, nice.
Save one, fail one.
It's just 2 damage.
Yeah, just goes through.
And the new hunger is you heal that much. You heal the amount of. You immediately, after you're done resolving our attacks, heal the amount of damage you deal up to 6, I believe. So it is like such an amazing change for the vampires, especially big guy here. Well, this one's not capped out at 6, but I think some of them are capped at 6 because I think this guy can like aim really high and get like, oh, okay, she's only got 5 wounds, so she'd never actually be able to heal more than 6. So
Yeah.
it has an artificial cap, I suppose. I believe the big guy's got a 6 on his cap. Okay, Mr. Nagash. He is going to pile in. Warned you, Nick.
This is scary time.
I warned you.
I know.
We're going to go right here.
You know what? It's a Friday. We're having fun.
There we go.
That's what I said. That's what
Nagash is still armed with Alakanesh and Zephet Nebtar. One of them is the sword, one's the staff. I can never remember which one is which. But he's going to put Alakanesh into the Chaos Lord, and Zephet and Nebtar will go into our Chaos Knights here. So the staff is Ren 3 d6 damage, 4 attacks, and then the sword is just Ren 2, 3 damage, 4 attacks. Let's go with Alakanesh first. 3s to hit. Well, that's a great start. That Chaos Lord is unmarked, so no negatives, right?
Yeah, no,
2 at Ren 3. So 6 up saves. His staff. Oh, he might do
Boxcars!
it. And you'll take 7 damage.
He's dead.
He's dead. That is an icon killing an icon. Zephet to Nebtar over there. 3s and 3s. All right, Ren 2, 3 damage.
Oh, that went for a spin. Sorry.
That's okay. He just cuts down one of the Chaos Knights. Take that. I think Zephet Nebtar is the staff, Alakanesh is the sword. The rend on the sword would make more sense than the staff.
It was 3 damage, right?
Yes. I swear I used to remember this at a time. But that's it. That's him done attacking. And, I think we're done fighting in general. That took us a long time to resolve all that.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
quite a bit of nonsense.
We're sorry. But
Hey, the video's not the long. The video's
true.
kind of long at this point, but
Yeah.
not the longest.
No.
But
It
now-
will be a long video though.
But you're basically now have guaranteed double turns.
Yeah, I know. That's the pain of it.
This is going to hurt.
All right, boys. So you knew I was getting a double turn, and you had the plans for it. What were your plans?
Turn into a demon prince. Didn't work. didn't work.
To be honest, I thought it was going to be like us kind of a wave crushing over you.
You did over there. It worked over there. You broke
Yeah.
through here.
Yeah.
I just would have hoped a little more efficiently.
Well, you broke there. You
Yeah.
would have definitely liked to break here.
Yes,
Yeah.
that I think right there.
Those
dragging
zombies.
down 4 Chaos Knights with just being killed.
Yeah.
That was a great trade up.
Yeah. That was. Well, the zombies are the same amount of points as the knights they killed. So we killed actually almost identical amount of points.
Yeah.
Which is what you kind of want to see. You want to see like equal points trading because I killed half the knights, which is about 230 points.
Yeah.
And the full unit of zombies is fully 230 points. Now, obviously, it went to a bigger swing to the zombies because they're supported by Nagash and everything. I guess you're supported by your guy too.
Yeah.
But like, as you can see, not a bad trade back and forth. Like it looks bad from the chaos perspective, but the zombies aren't 1 point a model or anything. They're still paying. Oh crap! On the spot now. 150. It's like weird. 115 for like 20. So it's like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 230 for the 40. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna go on to the Battle Shock phase where I'm gonna unleash my Arcane Bolt at them now because I still have the Arcane Bolt stored up on them.
So you just
D3 damage because we're within 3. 2, but you have a ward save. And
Oh!
okay. Put your shield up. You put
There
your
we
shield
go.
up. That's it. Excellent. And score-wise on your turn, the heck was your? Oh, you got your battle tactic. Charge
Yeah.
the 3 things. Done. No problem.
Yeah.
yeah.
So and then you're on You're definitely on the middle objective still. You're definitely on that objective still, because
Yes.
I didn't take it from you. And you're on more than me then. So at that point, you get all of them. That's another 5 points. That's 5 points for Chaos. I got 3 last time. I note this now. I should have put all my attacks into them, because Archaon, Nagash killing the idle unit doesn't get me a victory point because I have to do it on my turn. You have to kill idle units with your idle units on your turn to score. So I did deny myself a victory point, but I got rid of that Chaos Lord. So that's like not the worst thing.
It's a
in the
good
world.
thing to get
Well,
rid of.
because
it.
Yeah.
we can't get our grand strategy now, so.
Yeah, exactly. So I also negated the grand strategy
Yeah.
by doing so. Okay, well, we're going to go into my turn 2, and then we're going to segue right into my turn 3 afterwards. Thanks, boys.
You're welcome.
Before I go to my turn, I should probably do the Battle Shock value. So I lost 31 models. I'm going to inspire them. They're going to stick around. You lost 6. You're probably going to inspire as well. We both have 1 command point left.
Yep.
The rest, however, I can't really mitigate it that well. I did lose quite a bit of graveyard, so I'm going to roll them up. You can't inspire any Archaon anyway, so
Yeah.
I was going to consider inspiring them, but actually they're within 12 Archaon, and they're also dead, so there's always that as well. I lost 4 skeletons, so they can't fail, and then, so I just got to roll for them. Boop. Bravery 10 plus 6, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so I lost 11. And that is, I think they're all running actually. So 17, so 7 are going to run. I'll have 2 left. I'll have my banner and champion, I guess. You can't stop me. Where's my yeah, they're right beside each other too. Beautiful. I'm a genius. So it's not so much that they run away, but they crumble and die from the combat resolution. Okay, well, I'm currently at 0 points to your 8, so it's not like ideal. Battle tactic time. So I'm going to go for eye for an eye because I lost a unit of skeletons over here, so I'm going to try and kill a unit belonging to the boys here. Definitely going to go heroic leadership as an action because they're still too far away to add models to the unit. And I kind of want the command point, so I'll take the command point. That's going to go on my picked general, I believe. What would you like to do for an action?
We're gonna go for inspire.
Inspire yourself?
Yeah.
All right, on 4, you do.
Fantastic.
Yes, and then it can only go on Archaon.
Yeah.
I got to do the Lord of Bones ability from the White King. That's going to go on the Graveguard. Probably wondering, Luka, why? Well, Soulblight still do what Soulblight do best. 2 models can quickly become 10 under certain circumstances. Okay, so that's Lord of Bones there. Hers is combat phase. So then I have to do Nagash's heal and then the Soulblight Gravelords heal as well. That would be Nagash's invocation, their invocation of Nagash. He picks every summonable unit or OCR card Mordant with Holy Within 24 just heals 3 wounds or brings 3 wounds worth of models back. So we're going to heal them. We're going to bring back 3 graveyard. We're going to bring back 3 skeletons. We're going to bring back 3 zombies. So we got those 3 back there, 3 back there. That one heals. I don't think there's anything else to... Oh, the skeletons. So 3. Those 3 come back right there. Actually, this guy has more impact over here probably. So 2 there and then 1 over there. That's Nagash's finish. Now I do the exact same thing, but with the Soulblight rule instead. Granted, it's not as good as Nagash's. I don't pick every unit Holy Within 12. I pick up to 3 units that are near heroes or gravesites. So I'm going to pick Graveguard for sure, Dire Wolves, and Zombies, I guess, because those skeletons are pretty much at full. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do, so it's going to be 4 come back because of the gravesite. I have to roll for them. Oh, no, it's automatic 3, never roll anymore. So I bring back 1 of them, but because they're Holy Within 12 of a gravesite, 2 come back for that one. So 2, 4, and I think only 3 of them because all the gravesites are kind of far away. I put that one a little too far. Just like that. It's all kind of bolstering again. Okay, I am sure there's more to do. I'm almost certain there is, actually, for beginning of hero phase stuff. There's one more thing Nagash does, which is kind of odd, but he picks a unit of... He takes like the Soulblight Endless Legion rule and has it built into his data sheet now, where if you're playing Nighthaunt, or if you're playing Bone Reapers or Morden or anything with a summonable keyword, so Nighthaunt, the units, any one of them that's dead, you get half that unit back as a replacement unit, wholly within 12 of a Nagash. That counts as their move for that turn, and they're able to charge. That to be more than 9 with the enemy. Whereas the Soulblight one's very similar, except they get placed wholly within 12 of a hero or any gravesite on the table, and they can be more than 3 away from the enemy, but they cannot charge that turn. So I guess I'll use Nagash. Can I opt to not use Nagash's? Because I'd rather use the Soulblight one because it's kind of better. But if you go ahead and do Nagash's, because his trigger's first, you have 2 chances of getting it, but the placement of that unit wouldn't be as good because I don't need them here. So I guess I'll just chill. I guess the answer is I'm not going to use Nagash's ability to do it. I'll use the Endless Legions from the Soulblight to do it. So we'll go into casting spells, because I'd rather the unit be placed over here to threaten this objective later. Or way back or back there to threaten that objective. Yeah, absolutely over there instead, because that's actually hard to get to right away. All right, so we're going to go on and cast spells. We have a lot of spells to cast. It's Nagash. It's a Nagash show, so we're going to start with him. You know what? I actually don't want to start with Nagash. I want to do the blood, the cursed blood over here. I want to boil Archaon's blood, see if we can get lucky and do some free mortal wounds to him. Got it with a 10 as well. That's the built-in spell on that guy. I'm going to opt to not stop that.
No, but I'm going to try the 4-up ignore.
His armor or shield, one of the two, has a 4. You just ignore spells. The effects of spells on a 4-up, yeah.
Right.
You do. Okay, so no effect on Archaon there for that spell. That's okay. I'm just trying to get some damage in on him. Vangorian Lord probably wants to Mystic Shield itself, I think. Or try to. Got it with a 6.
Oh, it's an easy deny.
I get no bonuses on him. It's an easy deny. It's a little bit of a gamble, but I don't need Mystic Shield anywhere from Nagash, so kind of is what it is.
I'll try.
All right, so you need a 7 to stop it? No! So it didn't really matter. Okay. He's going to Mystic Shield himself. He's got a 3-up save, so he's really good for Mystic Shield because as an independent agent, because he reduces the rend of everyone nearby him he's fighting, and then makes the save a 2-up. So it's like almost a double buff to his save. Yeah. Regarding melee stuff. Those two are done. I am going to go to the Necromancer who's going to cast Von Hels as a spell. He fails. I got +1 because of this, but I think that's still low enough to fail. Von Hels is 6, so it would have picked the unit for them to fight immediately, or a summonable unit, or I think it might even be Deadwalkers only. Hindsight, with this, would have been better to give her Flaming Weapon, I think. But that is okay. Not really going to cast anything. So we'll go right to Nagash, who's going to... I guess she can cast Arcane. Oh, whatever. She'll cast Arcane Bolt. She got it. Do you have one more deny? Or
I'm not going to...
Yeah, okay, fair. Stop it there, and then Nagash is going to go ahead and do the rest of the spells. We're definitely going to debuff that. We have to keep debuffing the Chaos unit in the middle to make it a non-factor, or try to make it a non-factor in this game. So we're going to start with Fading Vigor, which is the minus attack. See if we can't get that off. Yeah, might as well go all out on it. Got an 11, so the only way to stop it is a double 6.
This is the most important one.
I didn't unmodified 9. Didn't get it. That would have that lets me either target the same unit twice or another unit completely.
Oh,
yeah, I was off by 1 on that. It's a brutal spell. Yeah, because they kept the explosive.
What other spells? There's the other one that was -1 to wound.
So I'm gonna do. I could hit Archaon with that one still. So it's -1 damage on all of his attacks and -1 to wound. But he's got a 4-up to ignore the effect of it.
Yeah.
But that one can also target multiple units. So I'll probably target them with it still. But if I get the bonus, I'll just take the free one on Archaon.
Yeah.
As for other spells, there's the nuke everything nearby.
Yeah, that's
when something charges, it takes mortal wounds.
I'll try to deny it. I'm gonna because either way it's gonna be very hard.
Fair, yeah. 12. Everything else isn't as important as this. Oh! Halfway there. That one took a while to bounce. Got the 6.
I saw it.
That was close.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be hit by Fading Vigor. I'm gonna try it's not Decrepify anymore. Ooh, I got the 10. Called away switch. So that's definitely going to go on the Chaos Warriors, and I'm also going to attempt to affect Archaon with it. On a 4-up, he ignores the effects of it, though.
That's right.
Oh, that's really bad for Archaon. So his heads are 1 damage now. His sword is only 2 damage now.
Everything's 2 damage.
He loses an attack on everything as well. Oh, no, the wound roll. The wound roll.
Wound roll.
That's it, yeah. Might as well keep going with his own build. You know what? He's going to Hand of Dust that 1 Chaos Knight there. He'll pick a unit within 3. Or it'll be him, but... He got Hand of Dust. All right. They still have I put a die in one of my hands, and if you pick the hand, then he's removed. If you pick the hand that's empty, he's not removed. I'm just gonna 50-50 it if that's okay. They even allow you to use containers now if you wanted to. If you don't want,
really?
If you want to put a dice in a container and do like the little thing, and they pick it, yeah. On a 4-up, he's dead. He's fine. No Hand of Dust. Made the right call. This is 3rd spell. I'm going to go right to 4 and cast Soul Pike on those guys. So when they charge, they take mortal wounds based on how far they charge. Got it with an 8. So, do you have any more denies or no? That's it?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they'll be Soul Piked. 5th spell, we're going to go with Soul Stealer. Yeah, see if we get it. We got it. So it just does D3 mortal wounds to a unit. I will do the Chaos Warriors, I guess. Why not? It's going to take a while to get through them. So 3. You have your ward saves. I kill just the 1 right there. And then that would heal Nagash the 1, but we already know he's done. We're going to go to a 6th spell cast, and we're going to use the Spirit Gale and hit everything on the table. Oh, we got the 10. So that's
No,
a 13.
so it's 2 mortal wounds, right?
Everything on the table takes 2 mortal wounds. Archaon ignores the effects on a 4, though.
That's true.
He does. Yeah. These guys have a 5-up board save.
It was 2, right? So,
Yep.
nope,
So
that one dies.
Chaos Knight does die, sadly. And then they have a 5-up board over there. Oh, 1 damage over there. I got to die right here for that. So
Perfect.
leave that there. Over there. Well, I take 2. Was hurt there. Didn't.
Yep.
Oh, he took damage from the previous one.
Yep.
They're slowly ebbing away, dude.
Yep.
Wow, Nagash is miserable. He just hides behind his army casting spells.
He ignored it.
He ignored it. He's okay.
The Vanguard.
4-ups. You roll. Oh, yeah, you're good on that one. That's a 2.
Yeah.
So 1 damage.
goes-
Or reroll if you want. Doesn't really matter.
No. It was a 2. It was a 2.
And then that one over there. 1 damage.
Another one. Oh, no.
Oh, it kills them. He only had 1 wound. That's right, because the skeletons barely did it.
Yeah.
We're going to try Prison of Grief next. You didn't see the spell last time because the range was kind of short. I didn't realize if you rolled big, though, you can amp it up. So I got a high enough to target a unit within 12, and I rolled a 9. So what this does is it applies the Strike Last rule to the unit. I don't really care about any unit getting this other than Archaon, so a 4-up he ignores the effects of it.
You're back.
Would you like to... Thomas is trying to... Thomas has just returned. He had to go take a call on a 4-up. Oh, he's ignored... Okay, so he's ignored most of the spells except for one important one. Probably the most important.
The most important.
Yeah.
It's been... We're all right. We're
Everything's fine.
It's okay. The house on fire, but we're okay.
I like your optimism.
But that'll be for Magic. I don't think I can actually cast any more spells on him. So he's done. I wonder if I get to pick an enhancement for him. Just take like a neutral spell.
Do it all over again.
All right, I guess we're on to movement. The new Endless Legion rule pops in at the end of the movement phase for the Soulblight as well. So I'll be rolling for that for the 10 skeletons that died, I suppose. I'm going to keep all of this where it is. We're going to run the corpse card, I guess. It's up there. I also realized I shouldn't have put Soul Pike on them because I knew I was getting a double
That's
turn.
right. Yeah.
I had the extra spell slot anyway, so I guess it's all good.
Just to rub it in a little bit more.
So the one thing that he can't do anymore is he can't spam Arcane Bolt and Mystic Shield. Like he did for a little bit in second, then he got eroded, and then they got rid of it completely because it turns out when you just float around doing 8 Arcane Bolts, that is toxic.
Yeah.
No one likes that.
No.
And if you're upset that he lost it,
And cut.
that's all I have to say about that. Look, he's already obnoxious enough.
Yeah.
They didn't want everyone casting only Arcane Bolt. They wanted you to use the really cool spells in the lore, you know? That's what's up.
And we're on the receiving end of those spells. They're still cool, but wow.
Better than 16
They're very
more wounds
cool.
of
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
Continue movement. I have to kill a unit, so that's still kind of plausible. I'm engaged over here, so I guess I could just... Ideally, that would be it. But I'm going to try and bully these 2 units down over here. So I'm going to go 1 there, 1 there. We're going to tie up hopefully tie up Archaon over here for the most part. And this is everyone's favorite fight over here in the middle, which I don't even want to resolve, but like whatever, we might as well keep resolving it. I wonder what this vampire lady should do. I don't really want her in combat because she's kind of important. I kind of wish she was like... I think she's honestly just going to like move up here and just be kind of a coward over here. As
Coward!
That's it. She'll move, and then we're gonna move and move.
6 even.
So he's gonna move over here, stay outside of 3. Would you like to? I forgot to offer you the redeploy if you wanted it. You only have 1 command point though, so I don't know if you.
No.
And then he'll move over here as well, and then you could redeploy off that if you wanted to. But I don't know. Maybe.
No, it doesn't matter. I think the double turn you got, it's gonna that.
I think it might be a little miserable. Yeah.
We'll see how many nails you could put in the coffin here and pretty much just end it. Like,
I'm pleased with the outcome because it was a good showing of like the magic superiority of a Soulblight list.
Yeah.
Granted, we have Archaon, and the only reason this is going well for me, over everything else, is the amount of ward saves I made on them.
yeah.
Because I'm not worried about Archaon too much right now because I know I get a double turn and I get to fight with them against him and cripple him a little bit more. Yeah. So 1 big swing with them coming up is going to be huge. Okay, that's it for my movement. I'm going to go on to shooting. This guy's got Pestilential Breath. D6 shots. 5. He's going to breathe heavily right now. These are all going into Archaon. Okay. So we have 2 command points because of the leadership here. Well, I mean, by we, I mean Thomas and Nick do. Well, Nick is over there. For all the defense on him against these attacks here. These hit on 3s. Okay, 4 hit. And then he's breathing heavily at the feet of Archaon there. 3s to wound. 4 wounding hits. Now, these are only Ren 1. They're not Ren 3 anymore, but they are 3 damage each. So using his leadership for the first one. Oh, it stopped 3 damage. Nice.
Yep.
Well, you had the ward save, but like that's still pretty well worth. Okay. Then we're done. We're on to charging. I'm just going to get her Arcane Bolt out of the way. I'm just going to do a Mortal Wound to them now before I forget at the start of the charge phase. So they'll have a shield, 5 up. Oh, then boop. Eat magic, nerd! We have many charges to do other than the 2 monstrosities here. So the Vengorian Lord will declare a charge. We'll go 9. Then boom, landing there with Fly, fighting from that side, getting closer to the gravesite. Oh, before I do that, I have to see if my skeletons show up as well. The like kind of a rewrite of the old End of the Legion rule. So on a 4-up, you pick one of your units. It could be a summonable character like the White King, or a summonable unit that died. You get half the unit back. You get +1 to the roll if it's your turn. So I got a 3-up because it's my turn, but I got the 4. So we set up this unit over here. I'll hold it within 12 of a gravesite, more than 3 away from the enemies, but I'm not allowed to charge this turn, nor am I allowed to make pylon moves, which is something I didn't catch before, but that's... So if like I somehow if they get dragged into combat, they can't actually pylon back. So you got to watch over that. So someone can like tag you and attack you for free in some cases, but they will be taking this objective, which is huge. And I got to try and kill the unit this turn. All right, so I'm gonna go back to charging. Sorry about that. The Dragon Lord will charge a 6. He'll just charge in there, collide with them there. The wings are kind of pushing the terrain a little bit, but should work. I'm staying 3 away from Archaon though. I don't want to tangle with him. Unfortunately for that Vampire Lord. He is going to have to commit to Archaon to get within half an inch of the Vanguard there. So that's okay. I could put attacks in Archaon if I want to, but I think I'll go for the Vanguard all the same. We're on to Monstrous Rampages. I suppose I'll do mine now. The first one I'll do is Titanic Duel. I'm going to have this Vampire get +1 to hit against Archaon there. But I think I'm going to attack them. Either way, that's what I want to do. I believe you get to do yours now.
Yeah.
Nurgle makes the most sense to try and kill some of the graveyard before they swing. So throwing the 7 dice, looking for 3s, I believe?
Yes.
Oh, that's 7 more wounds. They are looking at a ward save. Okay, they're going to take the reroll. I lose 4 of the graveyard. So we'll lose, I suppose, 2 guys. I'll have 5 remaining. Let's go with Nagash roaring at the Chaos Knights, I guess. He does, so they can't issue or receive commands. Not that it really matters, because you probably weren't going to anyways, because you only have the 1 for Archaon's all-out defense, I suspect. And then the Vengorian Lord's going to stomp and deal 1 mortal wound, but you have a 4 board. And you ignore it. All right, that is it there. Trying to like remember, we're going to go into combat. We're going to use the Feast from the Vampire onto the Graveguard still, because they even 5 of them have 16 attacks for the champion. And I believe that's kind of it. Yeah. I'm going to attack first with the Graveyard. I'll attack them as well from the Vampire Lord. Oh no, Nagash will issue it. Whoever had the Heroic Leadership will... No, Nagash will issue it. I think he's got Heroic Leadership on him still, though. You can issue all the defense to yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To live.
100%. That's the only way.
Yeah. Did you guys plan the double green sweater?
We didn't get the memo, but it just happened.
On 3 is to hit. 6 is kind of 2 hits because they got the Lord of Bones on him, or the equivalent of the Lord of Bones. It's the old name for the old rule, but it is kind of the same thing. Anyways, 2 extra hits. 3s to wound. 6s are good. Boom, 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 boom. So these are all, that's 4 mortal wounds. And then you have 10 saves at Ren 1, but you have your all-out defense.
The 10 saves on a 3+. Oh boy.
So that's 8 damage off there.
8 damage
And
plus
then 4 mortals.
4 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
So
but you have the ward save, and every 6 you can put a mortal wound somewhere, wherever you want. So,
looking for 6s.
So you take 7 there, and then you still owe me 4 more for the cursed weapon attacks. Take it 7. He's got 11 wounds left.
The mortals.
Plus 2 more, and then he does 1 back to me. So we got 9 wounds on Archaon, and you get to put a mortal wound. I think you pick something within 3 and deal a mortal wound to it.
The Graveguard.
Redirected to the Graveyard, and it cannot be negated. No ward saves allowed against it. No mitigations. Never mind. I kind of screwed up a little bit. I keep forgetting the new Virkos rule, where if a hero fights, they can pick a unit to fight. So I could have gone with him first and fought with them.
You know what?
However, I don't know if I would have put his attacks into Archaon or not, because they might have killed him or done more damage, or I might have put his attacks over there. So it's also not that bad, because I can still decide to fight over there, as long as I don't get Kingslayered by Archaon. Never mind, the Slayer of Kings doesn't have the reach to get to me. It's only, what, 2 or 1?
It's 1.
Okay, yeah. And he can't really pile in where
Yeah.
he is. So Archaon makes the most sense to go next, kind of. It's just because you don't want to fight the vampires before they swing unless you can kill them in one hit because they heal so much damage.
Yeah.
So that, because like say they do 6 damage to him, as long as he does 6 damage back, he'll heal it all, which is very, very nuts on them.
Yeah.
These guys aren't a bad pick also, but there's a chance of Archaon getting punked by the Vampire Lord. So we're going to go with Archaon, and we're going to put all the attacks into these 2 units.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So how do you want to split them?
I think the best way for me to go would probably be I would put the Slayer of Kings into the dogs.
Yep.
And then I'll put the Monstrous Claws. Just to be safe, the Monstrous Claws will go into the dogs, I feel. And then I'll do the tail and the heads into the Graveguard.
All right, just try and finish off both units.
Yeah. All right, so we'll start with the Slayer of Kings first. We got 4 attacks, hitting on 2s.
It will be, okay, they all hit. It is -1. Did I get the -1 attack off on him? No, I
No,
didn't.
no,
No,
it's
-1
just
damage,
a
-1
wound
wound.
and
You're good.
damage,
Keep going,
yeah.
my bad.
It's all good. And then we got 3s to wound ya. Where we got 3 at -2, and these would be flat 3 damage.
That was in the
But
dogs?
then-
Yes.
So it'd be, they wound on 4s because the -1 wound,
yeah,
but you got it.
and
And,
then
then
2
they're only
damage.
2 damage. So that's 6 damage against the dogs so far. And then these are the claws?
The claws, so we got 2 attacks, hitting on 2s, unless you have a mitigation. of
No,
some
no,
sort.
only -1 to wound.
Okay, so I need 4s to wound now instead of 3s, which nothing happens there.
Oh, it whiffs, okay. The rest of the attacks were allocated into the Graveguard.
So the Lashing Tail, it's 2d6 attacks.
Oh,
for
10.
All right, so I need 4s to hit for the Lashing Tails. 3s to wound you. 4s actually, so 1 wound, no rend on this.
That's in the Graveguard, so they have a 5 up normally. And it's damage 2 normally?
It is 1 damage.
Oh, okay, 1 damage. That just kills the 1 so far. Let's do all the ward saves after all the attacks are finished. And then he has the monster's heads.
Severely wounded, so if
Chimeric heads only have 4 attacks now.
Yep.
They hit normally still.
Yeah, so we're hitting on 3s.
And -1 wound.
Yeah, wounding you on 4s now. So 1 wound at -1.
6 up. And normally 2 damage.
Flat 2, yeah.
Yeah, so down to 1. Boom. So now I do my wards. I have 2 damage on the Graveguard. They don't take either.
my Luka.
Oh, Archaon, one spell, and you roll kind of badly too. And then they suffer, they might be wholly within 12 of her. The answer is no. Those 2 are, but those ones are not. So, this is where you can do things like 1 at a time, where he dies, then they have a 5 up technically, but I'm not too concerned about it. So that wasn't in the pool. I take 5 damage, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll keep the Doom Wolf, I guess. Because he's a champion. It might be important. They can just pile in this direction if they need to. Hey, I want to remind everyone that unit was free. I guess technically there was a cost associated with it. I had to use a heroic action, and I had to pick Virkos Dynasty. So I could have... There was a cost. There's always a cost.
Yeah.
I also had to pick Soulblight Gravelords.
Oh,
Definitely don't want to fight the Varengard until they've already swung. So I have to go... I still want to utilize the hunger as much as I can. So I'm going to go with Nagash, I suspect. He's going to pile in towards the Chaos Warriors a little bit. And he's going to end up about here. He's going to swing Zephet Nebtar and Alakanesh into the Chaos Knights. Alakanesh! We have 3s to hit. We have 3s to wound. Nothing. Zephet Nebtar! 3s to hit. He's dual wielding a sword and a staff. He's Gandalf! There we go. Looks a little different.
a very grizzled Gandalf.
Not nearly as old as Gandalf, though. There's always that.
There's always that.
Well, actually, that's not true. It depends on how much time has passed between Sigmar,
the old world
and Sigmar. Actually, I have no idea.
They never really give a timeline. It's
know.
just like
It's
it
vague.
happens.
You know,
Yeah.
Leave a comment if you know.
Surprise.
4 saves on your Chaos Knights there, Nick.
Here we go. Oh, that's a save.
That is a save, but the other ones
These
are
are
3
not.
damage each.
Oh, they did.
They are...
They are.
He just,
they are
with
very
his
dead.
staff, he's like, bonk, bonk, bonk. Get off your steeds. Bye-bye. This is my necropolis. Wrong neighborhood. There you go. It's not Virkos, so I can't actually pick another unit to fight with, so I am finished. One thing I forgot, I'm missing 2 skeletons from there. So they're both back.
Might as well try, right?
Skeletal Legion rule there. I guess we'll just go here.
Oh, you.
Boom, there you go. That's 20 strong again. Look at that. And I get another turn after this. 2 attack the White King. Kind of forgot that last time. Then the rest, then 11 into the unit. But they're all -1 attack and -1 to wound. They're so good right now. These guys are paying 660 points per skeleton.
You brought down my Chaos Warriors to skeleton.
So they same attack as skeleton. They have Ren though and better armor.
But then it's just a stalemate. Like the skeletons are doing what they need to do,
exactly,
and they brought me to the same level.
We're just. I'm actually not accomplishing much with my skeletons because of. I'm not getting the victory points in the middle, but I'll slowly grind and get those victory points. Yeah.
And our morale.
So these are the
and our just our hope and dreams.
Exactly.
That's exactly what Soulblight do.
So the champion is actually fighting over there.
Yep.
So two.
This is in my White King.
2 hits. Yeah.
Yep. All right, 2 hits and 4 soon because of -1. All right.
2 wounds.
-1. I go to a 4 up. I save both, and then the attacks into the skeletons. And 4s with a rend. That's 2. I have a 6 up. I have a ward where you take a damage. We are at 19 skeletons left.
Oh boy.
Yes.
That is so demoralizing.
Put you back to where you were. Put you back there-ish. Well, that's it for them attacking. I am going to go with the dire wolves. We're going to pile in this way. Probably wondering why the dire wolves. I want my vampires to be attacked. So into Archaon. All right, these are 4s to hit, and then these are 4s to wound him. 1 at your regular, actually 2 up save because you have all the defense on him still.
So
2 roll a 1. Hey.
Oh!
I get one of the Vanguard to go with next.
Yeah.
Which one? You got the guys who didn't charge with the charge weapons, or you guys got the D-Man blades?
I'm gonna go with the demon blades first. See if they could, play some wounds off. Hopefully one-shot you if by chance. But
never know.
everyone at home has seen my dice rolling so far. I'm gonna let Nick roll this time.
But these are your Vanguard.
They're actually the studios, and we're borrowing them. So Nick will roll for me because
Putting all the pressure on me. Huh?
Yes.
Let's see how it is. All right. I'm gonna power up. What is it? 6 6s? I got them.
6
Oh,
6
yeah,
6.
these are the. You want 6 to hit? Is that what you want? Or
Yeah,
wounds?
yeah,
Hits?
Yeah,
All
6
right,
is hit.
boom. How much damage are they each?
These would be D3 damage each.
I got a wound though, but this is 3 mortal wounds in addition.
I see.
Yeah.
Like 3 per or 1 each?
1 each. One
Okay,
each.
okay,
One
gotcha.
each. Oh my god,
Not
that would
bad,
be
not
so
bad.
good.
I was a little worried.
Yeah.
Ooh, here we go.
Okay,
So
so
you
4 hits.
You need 3s to wound.
Okay.
Well, there we go.
Rend of 2.
Yes.
Rend of 2. So I have 3 up on him. But they are near, one sec. Technically near the Vangorian Lord, but they could have piled in away from it. So they're going to pile in away from his miasma. It's a 3-inch aura reducing rend, and then they'll get the full effect. No, that matters for this one save there. So I failed 2 of them. They're D3 each. Yep. This is the one that I took the average on last time to see. Hey, look, we got 1 less.
4.
So that's 4 damage plus the mortal wounds. So we're
Plus
at
3
5.
mortal wounds.
6 damage so far.
Yeah.
We got the steeds. There's 2 of them each with 3 attacks.
3 attacks. 4s.
4s. Okay, we got 2 hits.
Wounding on 3s.
And my armor. Fail both actually with the rend.
And that's 1 damage apiece.
So that's a total of 8 damage on my vampire. Eh? Well. Whatever am I to do? My
So
poor lowly vampire.
If he fails all this and he doesn't hurt us,
All right, so I take 6 damage, which
gonna
is the
get it
cap
back.
of what I can heal. I'm gonna have 10 wounds remaining. I am then gonna go ahead and fight with the White King, which will let the skeletons fight afterwards, because why not? Let's go with our White King on 3s. Oh, we got it off with their head. So we got 2 mortal wounds, and then 1 more because of Nurgle. A regular save of 3 up.
no-
Ooh,
oh,
he
there was no
stabs
rend
another
on
one.
that?
Yep, that's 4 damage. Oh,
4
well,
damage flat.
So he he kills 1 with that attack. Then you
And
have
then-
yeah. Oh,
So
heal. Oh, does he?
does
was there
1
he
wound.
got? Just 1, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So not as dramatic with the head cut, but like he got halfway through the neck. Still fighting though. He's still fighting. No problem. But because of your coast, I'll let the skeletons fight. I'm gonna opt. Ah, gosh. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19 attacks. Okay. No, the Lord of Bones is over there. No +1. So they get nothing here. These are just 4s to hit and 3s to wound. Here's the first half because all the buffs are on the graveyard. 4s to wound actually because of the Nurgle. So far 3. Next one is the champion. You know, it's a damn good roll from though. I'll give him that. 3, 4, 5, 7 saves. Rend. Okay, just 2 damage. Eh?
Kills with the 1.
Okay.
So he loses his head finally.
Finally, they finished the
That
job
guy's
the White
wounded.
King was trying to do.
Actually, I'll put the 1 in the back.
It's a slow grind. I'll kill. This is how it's going. I'm killing 1 Chaos Warrior. I'm losing 4, but getting 6 back. Okay, again, guys. As long as Nagash isn't in the list, the spells aren't as consistent, and you won't be as miserable all of the time.
But it's not even. You can have as many spells. It's that +3 to deny, so
Yeah.
I can't have any fun.
Yeah.
And then +3 to cast, where I
Yeah.
can't physically do anything.
That's why I don't think the
Yeah.
big guys belong in the 2000. As long as you guys are having fun, you and your opponents are having fun, they're fine. But they can
Yeah.
be pretty
Yeah.
impressive and annoying. Don't play them all the time.
Game, and then you bring Archaon and Nagash as just a fun extra.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's like-
but just
yeah.
in a pure 2000 point,
It's- yeah.
it's
It could
obnoxious.
be a little little heavy-handed. Yeah, all of the big guys are guilty of it. Like Archaon's bad for it, Nagash bad for it. What's
The
destruction
Stormcast guys too.
Kragnos.
Kragnos can be.
yeah.
Kragnos is such. He gives your whole army 18-inch charge. Like, well, within range of him. That changes the game so much.
Yeah.
My God. The only thing left are these Varangard.
Yep.
The Vengorian Lord.
So
they have their fancy weapons.
Spear, but this time we don't have any bonus for attacking or anything like that. So I'm hitting you on 3s.
A few misses, half of a miss. That's
Oh,
unfortunate.
that's not feeling good.
No mortal wounds on 6s because it's not demon bound.
Yeah. And I need 3s to wound you.
Two.
So 2 wounds at -2.
-2, so I make it Ren 1 because of his miasma, and he's got a 2-up save.
Okay.
So he makes both of them.
All right. And
He has the 2-up save because of Mystic Shield, if anyone's curious.
Right.
That was a while ago, so
Yeah.
just a reminder. Yeah.
And then we have the fangs from the horses, which only 2 hit. And 3s to wound you. 2 wounds.
Boom, we're good.
Okay. Dorsal weapon.
That is gonna be it for that fight. So I guess all I have left are my big guys too. So
Yep.
we'll just go with the Vengorian Lord striking back. I'm gonna all-out attack this Vengorian Lord because I cannot inspire the Graveguard because Archaon is nearby. That'd be him ordering it because he had the heroic leadership. The Nightmare Saber first hits on 2s now, and I believe those all wound. 4-up save. Okay, that's 6 damage in total so far. The Gore-Drenched Talons, they've been changed a little bit. They're 3 attacks, hitting on 2s because of all-out attack, but that didn't matter because we got nothing but 4-ups. 2s to wound. 2 of them are going to fail. These are Ren 2.
Ren 2, so I'm at a 5-up.
Oh,
I made that. All right.
Excellent.
Okay.
The Impaling Tail comes around and strikes you potentially 4 times. 3s to hit because of all-out attack, and 1 wound at Ren 1. 1 damage. Nothing
4 up.
Nope,
Made
nothing. All right, so he does some good damage with the saber, but that's about it. And now he would have healed the 6 damage he dealt, but he took no damage because y'all got to roll better. All right, so for the attacks here, I'm only within 3 of our. I'm like 2 and like 3/4 away from Archaon, so only the Zombie Dragon Snapping Maw can reach him. All the other attacks, the lance is 2-inch reach, the claws are 2-inch reach. They're gonna swipe at the Varangard there. The Snapping Maw last because that'd be fun for later. Lance is 3 attacks on 3s, and he did a Titanic Duel, only +1 to hit against Archaon. 3s and 3. 1 is Ren 3.
Ren 3.
Yeah, of the charge. It's Ren 2 normally, so that 2 wouldn't have worked no matter what. It's 3 damage, so he does 3 damage base. And then the Sword-like Claws on the Zombie Dragon, still the old 7 attacks it used to be. 4s to hit with them as they swipe around. We have a miss, 3s to wound. That is 4 wounding hits at Ren 1. 4-ups.
4s.
Okay, just 2 damage there. Not bad, he's still alive.
So down to 3.
So I've done 5 damage so far. It means he's going to heal 5 wounds. And then we're going to put the Snapping Maw attacks into Archaon. 3s to hit because of the Titanic Duel. Oh, I got a couple 2s. You're going to be fine. Ren 3, though.
Ren 3, so I...
5 up
yeah.
because of all the defense. So 3 damage, we have a ward. And paired with this match, in the MiniWarGaming Vault, available to our Vault and YouTube members, will be a 2,000 point match of Gloomspite GItz using a little bit of everything in the book against the Stormcast Eternals, played by Dave here. And if you're not a member, well, do not fret, for all you have to do is click on the link down below to sign up for a 7-day free trial where you'll have access to it, as well as the rest of the content we have in the vault. And you can cancel afterwards if you don't like what we have available. But most people do stick around, and those who do are the ones that support us and allow us to continue making all the content that you know and love. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy the post-game, and I will catch you next time very soon.
Want to get some 6s on you? All right.
So you take 2, you're down to 7, and you put a wound anywhere you want.
Kill the dog.
I'll kill off the dog.
Yeah, get something.
Boom. And then he heals back up to full.
Oh my god.
And in the wise words of Steve, we concede.
That's
it's brutal.
So the thing is, I get another turn after this.
Yeah, it would have
And
been game over. He's done.
It's
They're
magic.
gonna die to just death by 1,000 cuts from Nagash.
Right,
Yeah.
so this is, for scoring on my turn, I do get eye for an eye because I killed them. So I get eye for an eye, I'm on 1 objective, and I think I might be on 2, because we're both on it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're on it, I'm on it, but my guy counts as 5 models.
Yep.
So I'm on 2 of the objectives, so that'd be 5 points this turn. I didn't kill a icon unit, because
No, it's Archaon.
I'm halfway there. I was close to both of them. My other turn could be a lot of the same. It'd be casting all the spells with Nagash, and then he'll crash into both of them there, tying them up where they are. and then ideally getting all the debuffs off, and ideally finishing off both the Vanguard there and Archaon in that one turn. Because we know we're getting. Let's do a hypothetical priority roll. Even if you didn't do the Shirian thing, you would have won the tie. But I have to take the next turn. Because of the Ice Shirian. So I think we're okay to call it there. You know what? Do I do my hero phase quickly?
I wouldn't even say it's worth it because you're going to get this objective.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to start bottlenecking this down, and you can start focusing it.
My battle tactic is automatic too. Well, I lost a few of them. What's my bravery? Oh, I had 9, and I lost 5 or 6, so they're good. Yeah. None of them run. So I get 7 of them back this next turn. So one of my battle tactics is bring 6 wounds back to 1 unit.
There you go.
In a turn. So so I get 7 back there, battle tactic, and I get the 5 points again, and it just be the whole grind.
And we're not going to be able to get any battle tactics.
And hypothetically, just with Nagash alone, if you put enough mortal wounds into Archaon, you have more or less free reign after on the board. You know, you have mobility. Your zombie dragon is going to fly around and just cause.
I will say they kind of flubbed over there. I expected both the Vanguard and Archaon, not Archaon to be dead, but I wanted the Vanguard to be dead there. But he actually held pretty well.
Yeah.
Actually, Archaon held too in the magic phase, right?
And
phase.
You could all out defense and ignore all the spells and everything too. But this is kind of the point in Total War where you kind of like click. Boop, to speed up the game.
Exactly.
It's like I kind of got locked in. I'm just gonna let this auto resolve from the rest of the fight now. And plus, it'd be you guys seeing the same thing over and over again. The whole point of this game was to kind of showcase the new Soulblight Gravelord rules, and I think I showed off pretty much everything's kind of capable of.
Yeah.
Because I want to show off all the characters, the extra attack from the vampire, him giving 6s explode, and being a generally pretty good fighter on the White King, which is what you want to see on him. The zombie clash early on was amazing. The Necromancer technically didn't do anything because the spell didn't work, but whatever, that's fine. Not everything's going to work.
You're debuffing.
Yeah, we see the
That's really cool.
Yeah, that was.
Now the weird thing is, it's all kind of the same way as it was before, but they used to have the Locust of Shaiish. We're kind of in a post game now. They used to have the Locust of Shaiish acting as a every spell you cast it twice on a 9+, but now they have it all categorized onto the spells. Because they used to be kind of janky where some of the spells could target the same thing twice.
Yeah.
But now they have it, this spell can't target the same thing twice, but you can target 2 different things. And then the other spells, sorry I had a cough, might say this one can target the same thing. So it's kind of clarifying what can target twice and what can't target twice. They buffed the hunger. Okay, generally, rule of thumb for this, they buffed the crap out of the hunger. So that's the healing thing on the vampires, that cause wounds and heal the crap. It's like very good on that. That zombie dragon was already pretty damn good.
You gotta really like debuff and just commit. And pray it works. Because
in like a typical Soulblight game, say if I had to generalize what a Soulblight list might look like, a general one, which you'll see a lot of familiar factors, like, say Nagash isn't in it. You have like this guy as like the main focus point. You'd probably have a Necromancer, a Vampire or 2. I actually think the Vangorian Lord is very powerful, especially paired with this guy, or with Blood Knights. So if you have Blood Knights or a Vampire Lord on a Zombie Dragon list, you're probably going to have a Vangorian Lord as well, because they complement each other very nicely. And then other than that...
Your ways of bringing back bodies...
The rest of your list is just... I don't know, actually, I haven't played enough games to see which one I like more, skeletons or zombies, but the way the skeletons heal now is very nice. A unit of 30 skeletons can hold the middle very well with the proper buffs working. Now, the downside to the Soulblight list without Nagash in it, because even Nagash, luckily for this showcase game, I didn't miscast. There's no miscasting. That is a huge detriment to him. One miscast, he was a whole turn. I could have had that double turn and miscast, rolled a double 1, and then scuffed the whole turn. And I could have lost the game, but it was more just showcase what I could have whipped that double turn completely, absolutely.
I enjoyed seeing your skeletons get trampled by horses and still pull them down.
The zombies. I was going to say the zombies are more offensive than the skeletons. The skeletons were this brick wall that just was like, I fall down and come back up.
I shatter, I come back. Exactly. And they have like, and when they're fighting in the middle against a more elite unit, that's not 30 Chaos Warriors. Well, less elite unit. They actually get that rent. They get some consistent damage going into it. They're fighting like 10 dudes or 5 dudes or something.
Had this been the Chaos Warriors fighting just normally, it would have been that skeleton
you would have got
been
through
gone.
Yeah, because you're missing an attack, you're missing your 3s to hit and wound. And
the wounds,
like,
it adds up after 2-3 turns. Whenever I kill 6, but 5 come back.
Yeah.
The next turn I
and
kill 2 and 5 come back.
Right? We're not really accomplishing much. But I'm very pleased with the video that we got to showcase everything we wanted to showcase here. How do I feel about this guy? This guy would be better I think this guy's very powerful on the list without Nagash because he gives all your wizards that consistency on casting.
Yeah.
Because he gives all your wizards +1 to cast.
Yeah.
And your spells make or break the game with Soulblight. And they always have. That's always been their thing.
Yeah.
Vampires and magic.
But the way it looks is that no matter what you take, you can't go wrong. Sure, you'll miss out on something.
Oh, I see.
That's what I'm saying for Soulblight. Yeah,
nice.
Exactly. It doesn't seem like there's, hey, this is the focus to go to.
Even the Black Knights are better.
But, exactly. I remember you were talking to me about it because you were like, oh, are they still as bad as they were? No, they're actually better.
They're actually a little bit better.
So it's cool to see that like you can take it anyways. If you want to go full skeleton, you'll probably be a little bit more tankier. If you want to mix, this is what happens where 40 zombies will get run over by the same amount of points, if not just as much, and then go, nope. You're coming with me, you know.
And that the unfortunate thing is what I'm seeing with that one Virkos artifact to have the Ulf Carinian Phylactery. That 12-inch orb 5-up board is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I'd hate to say that that's going to be an auto include, but I haven't looked at the other legions fully. I only looked at Virkos because I didn't want to overwhelm myself. I'm going to pick Virkos because that's what they play, and they get the free dogs, which is nice, and that relic is quite powerful as well. You'll probably see that quite a bit, especially committing near all the skeletons. Just like that skeleton break in the middle with that 5-up ward save, just 30 of them with that old reanimate rule. You get them down to 5, you're rolling 25 dice to see if you get those skeletons back. That is freaking every combat phase, every turn, dude. That unit has to be killed. And then once they're finally killed, they come back as 15 just to do the same thing again.
The Graveguard.
The next turn.
The Graveguard.
They hit like that. They've always been a hammer. Yeah.
One survives, two I think it was 2 at one point.
Still
And then there was like
damage.
10 came back and you're like,
That's
here we go again.
Nagash is the only. You can bring the Mortarks to it too, but the problem is you have to bring a named character to do it. I don't like the named characters. Boo on them. But like whatever, they're fun bottles. They look pretty. It's just I don't appreciate the force multipliers. I kind of like playing with the. You see what the army's really capable of when you don't play with the named characters.
Yeah. But that's where I was saying where I feel like it's balanced because without Nagash, it didn't feel that far off.
No, it would have been fun. Yeah,
you bring in another wizard or two, and it kind of replaces
and I'll fail
it.
spells, you'll deny spells.
Yeah.
It's a much healthier game.
That's my only gripe about.
We asked to face off against
this is their
Yeah.
I like the idea too because we do get to showcase a lot of new stuff when you incorporate Nagash because realistically I know a lot of you guys are going to be playing with him or without him or you'll be playing against him because let's face it, people like the big flashy model.
He's a cool model.
Right?
He's a really cool model.
Can't deny it.
Yeah.
I don't blame people for liking to play with the big guys, Archaon, all them. They are fun. They have fun rules and all that stuff built in. And like the game is built around the named characters included.
Yeah.
But man, I hate the force multipliers to add to the armies. I would rather it be like they just do their own thing. Like if Archaon's a good example of a guy I actually don't mind that much because he's just kind of a fighter.
Yeah.
He doesn't
really
force
do much for the army.
Yeah.
He just throws down. That's kind of it.
He makes one unit fight twice and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He one unit over there when they die they get to fight and that's still a command ability.
Yeah, exactly. Still there's a cost to it.
Yeah. This guy's got a little bit too much going on. Him, Kragnos, freaking Teclis, all them. It's all the same. Teclis gives his whole army a 5-up board save.
I haven't played that army yet.
Well,
and I do not want to.
Well, see, like anything like that's just annoying because like when you're playing outside of the you don't really get to see what the army's really capable of when he's being like, oh, it's like 3 times better because this guy's making them do more stuff, right? Yeah. I prefer just generic dudes typically running around. I'm sure. Anyways, ramble done. Enough of that.
Yeah.
But leave some feedback down below what you guys thought. I thought it was a pretty good game. Good battle report. Obviously, we didn't finish it, but the rest of the game would just be what you just see the last 2 hours of and more grinding. That's Soulblight in general.
Yeah.
Every Soulblight game in 2nd edition and every Soulblight game going forward is going to be the exact same. I put my debuff spell on you. You fight my garbage unit. Your unit is also now garbage, and now we play for 5 turns.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically what happened. But it's cool.
We would be here for a heck of a long time if we were to play this game down the end. We've already been here playing for quite a while too. Mostly learning the new rules, but hopefully it gave you guys some good insight to what the Soulblight are capable of, and there will be more games to come, and I got other things I got to work on too. So see everyone soon. Thank you guys for being good sports and dealing with all the oppressive magic and Nagash. I would hate to be on the other side of that, so I appreciate your good optimism.
It was fun.
And good spirits.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.